We're up. Welcome everybody to episode 4 of Tabletop Treasure Hunters. Tabletop Treasure Hunters is our Pathfinder 2e actual play campaign. This is fan content and unsponsored. And although this is our homebrewed campaign, many of the locations, characters, the setting of Galarion, the rule system, etc., is owned by Paizo. So Paizo, thank you for providing us a very fun game to play. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and I'm going to start off by talking with you, chat, before we introduce all of our players here. And then we'll go over a recap and some other things as well. But I decided I like doing this chat interaction bit first, just so then I get all of my spew of words out of the way and we can just get right into the game. So you guys who are joining us live can do some pretty fun things here to influence the game. I have all of these posted in the stream description. So if you guys don't want to listen to me talk at you about it, or if you forget it, or if somebody comes into the stream later and wants to check it out, check out the stream description. But this is what we've got. We've got some free things you guys can do to influence the game. Tabletop Treasure Hunters is a little unique in the fact that we have 4 groups that are playing. These 4 groups are each representing different guilds. And these guilds, although working together on these sessions, are competing to earn the most loot over the season. So the guilds that we have with us today are the Syndicate of Rites, the Chaotic Evil faction, and the Foresight faction, the neutral faction. So if you guys want to like the stream, make sure you call out your favorite guild that you'd like to support. It can be one of these 2 guilds that are actively playing, or if you guys have been following along with the season and you guys want to support somebody else like the Company of Honor or the Contract Consortium, you can support them as well. During each of our job drafts, there's a passive amount of income that's given to each guild based on the amount of stream likes that they've earned. So you'll be giving them some extra coin and they will appreciate it. If you guys share the stream, you can give one of our heroes a hero point, or if you're feeling sinister or just want to show some love for the DM, you can give me some villain points. Hero points are used by the heroes to cheat death and also use some special guild abilities. Syndicate of Rites we have with us can use hero points to make the enemies reroll attack rolls or saving throws, taking the worst result at a -2. And then the Foresight faction can let allies or themselves reroll initiative rolls or perception rolls, and they can also use it to automatically succeed at recall knowledge checks. So that's what we've got for hero points. And then me with the villain points, there's always one encounter each session in which I can spend my villain points, and they're basically going to be used to make that encounter more difficult for the players. If you guys are a new follower, shout out your favorite hero or your favorite DM, and you can give one of our heroes a blessing from one of the Pathfinder deities. These are homebrewed blessings that are going to be boons that are going to last throughout the entire session. They're very strong, very helpful. Or if you guys don't want to bless one of the heroes, you guys can give me a couple of villain points. Aside from that, we have got some paid interactions. If you guys are next level and want to help support the stream, we've got star interactions. Stars are a Facebook currency that you can purchase. If you donate any amount of stars, you're basically going to be contributing to these guilds getting an extra charge of their guild ultimate. They've got powerful abilities they can use in theory one time throughout the season, but if there's enough stars donated in the name of a certain guild, they'll get an extra use of it. 100 stars, you guys can see we have this little bar at the bottom of the overlay for the stream. This is called the affirmation bar. So the side with the skull is going to be helping the enemies. The other side is going to be helping the heroes. If you spend 100 stars, you can shift that in one direction or the other. If it's on a +1 or +2 on either side, it's either giving a bonus to all d20 rolls to the heroes or to the enemies. And then if you guys push that beyond the +2 in either direction, then the extra stars spent will turn into either hero points or villain points. 200 stars will give one of the blessings I mentioned for new followers. 500 stars will gift one of the players 5 free consumables. And if you guys have been checking out my Facebook page, we decided to add a thing where you can make a custom note to the hero, and we will go ahead and post it up on the social medias. 1,000 stars will upgrade that to a permanent item. And if you guys want to be extra above awesome and go 2,000 stars, you can send me a concept for an NPC, an enemy, an ally, some kind of wacky, crazy, random character, and I will add it into the campaign. And aside from that, I have a Patreon, patreon.com/wholesomedadgamer. There are perks tied to Treasure Hunters if you want to check that out. Huge thank you to my current Patreon supporters, SideQuest In, Katie Young, Kim Young, and Erica Startup. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. And that's it, guys. That's all my words for you about how you can interact with the stream. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and let's introduce our players real quick. we're going to go ahead. Who are we going to start with? Who gets to go first? Let's go with Katie first. Katie, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us about yourself as a person, promote anything you would like, and tell us about your character.
Oh shoot, I'm Katie, known on the internet as Winchester, part of Dice and Dames. I am playing Irina, who is a Dampier cleric of Norgabur, um, who has zero expression, so, there's that. Yeah, that's me.
Awesome. And how about you, Tori?
I'm playing Dora, Dead Speaker. She is a half orc spirit barbarian um, who comes from Clan Korgak, and she goes into a rage when her ancestor possesses her. So that's fun.
It is fun. I like it. Awesome. How about you, Wade?
Hi, I'm Wade. I play Dorian Nile. He's a swashbuckler with a lot of style and enough attitude to match.
Very nice. Well said. Well said. How about you, Felicia?
I'm Felicia. I am a player in the podcast, The Side Quest Inn. Check it out, it's awesome. And currently in the stream, I am playing a gnome life oracle named Wizwazar. He's just a spunky, happy dude and is trying his very best to get Katie to break her face.
Will she ever? That's what everybody's waiting to see. The ultimate death stare from Arena. Awesome. So I am Chase. I go on the internet by Wholesome Dad Gamer. But for a future amendment for that, if you guys have been watching my social media, there's some vague posts going up about an announcement tonight. So I'm going to discuss that. We have a bit of a change coming up, which is relevant because we have certain people on this stream tonight. So come November, we are actually I, along with Of Dice and Dames and Level 1 Geek, who is Tori here. I don't know if you mentioned Level 1 Geek yet, but we're all going to be...
didn't, which is so silly of me.
No, it's okay. It's perfect time because, see, now I get to say it. Yeah, so Wholesome Dad Gamer, Of Dice and Dames, and Level 1 Geek are going to be merging into one entity. We have formed a partnership, and we're all very excited about it. So along with that, a big change that is relevant to you viewers is in November, we're actually going to be moving Tabletop Treasure Hunters under Level 1 Geek, and we're going to be moving it to Twitch. So we discussed it. We feel good about it. We now have a whole awesome crew of people to work together on this, and we're pretty excited about it. So it should be very fun. And anything to add, Tori or Katie?
Anything bad?
No, anything to add.
Oh. I was
Do you have any negativity on this? I feel like it was way too positive.
I feel pretty good about it, but
I mean, if we're going for negativity,
yeah.
I don't know about this Level 1 Geek business.
Yeah, she's a questionable person. No,
Yeah.
I'm very excited to team up with everyone, and I think it will just be a whole bunch of super excellent, even more awesome content when we all combine together. So
Yes, indeed.
hopefully you guys will follow us over to Twitch.
Indeed. I don't know if I mentioned this, but we will be going by the name Level 1 Geek. So, we discussed our names and we felt like Level 1 Geek just kind of generalized all the awesome stuff that we're about. So we will all be Level 1 Geek, and we're excited about it. So, though, Brian, Level 1 Wholesome Dames is pretty awesome. Yeah, so, keep an eye on that. We'll post more information about where you can follow us and where that all moves to. So yeah, that's us, everybody. So checking on chat here just to give everybody an update. I'm going to make sure there's not anything important that I'm missing. I think we have a blessing for Wizwazar, if I saw that correctly. And then for hero points, we've got 2 villain points for me. Much love, chat. Thank you very much. We've got 2 hero points for Dora, 2 hero points for Wiz, 1 hero point for Dorian, and 1 for Irina. So thank you so much for all the shares already, guys. And before we jump into stuff, let's roll your blessing, Wiz. I have a macro. Does it work? It does work. Okay. Did you have a preference on if you're blessed by the good or the evil deities today, Wiz? Or
no preference?
No preference. Okay, so that means that today you are blessed by the evil deities. So this will be new for you. All right. And I think I have my blessings pulled up somewhere here. There it is. Evil deities. All right, you are blessed by Lamashtu today, Wizwazar. So we'll see how you feel about this one
Okay.
after the session. Maybe you'll get a preference. So the minor blessing for Lamashtu. A strange dark liquid is going to drip in onto your shoulder from above, when you're starting the session here outside.
Okay.
And it's going to leak up into your ear. So when this happens right now, you get to choose one of the following. Your eyes turn slitted and your ears grow larger and more pointed, granting you dark vision for the session. If you don't already have it, you gain +4 to perception and you're immune to blind. Second option is you grow one size category larger and you gain either patches of fur or scales on your skin, increasing your melee attack rolls, including athletics, by +4, and you increase your melee damage by your level. Option 3 is your legs bow and your front feet turn into hooves or reptilian, depending on what flavor you want to go with. You increase your movement speed by 10 feet and gain a reaction to gain +4 to your AC or reflex saves against a triggering attack or ability.
I'm gonna go with that dark vision though.
Okay.
The rest of those sound great. Not for Wiz.
Okay, that's fair. Well, if anybody wants to bless Wiz further, he'll get more of them. So.
Oh, good. I can be really weird.
Okay, wait. So your eyes, is this the eyes one? Your eyes
Uh-huh.
get slits and your ears grow pointier?
Mm-hmm. Wiz already has pretty pointy ears, yeah?
They do, yeah.
So,
Covered under tufts of green hair.
there
But
you
I'm
go.
pretty sure he doesn't have slitted eyes.
No.
Okay.
No, definitely not.
If he had any type of animal eyes, it would be the weird goat sideways eyes, but haven't determined that yet.
That's hilarious.
Now it has to be that way. Now they
Yeah,
have to
yeah, now
give
it's
goat
canon.
slitted eyes.
They just go like this.
All right, so we've got a moderate boon right out the gate for Dorian. So Dorian, let's go ahead and roll for you. Chat
Well, thank you,
watches
Chad.
over you this day. All right, you're blessed by the neutral deities today, Dorian. And that means, what did I roll there? I rolled a 3. A 3 on the charts for neutral. You are blessed by, chat gave me crap for this last time. I don't remember the right way to say it. So I'm going to try Gazra? Gazra. We're going to go with Gazra. Maybe somebody will correct me. That's how I've always said it.
I think it's Gozray.
How
If I
would
remember
chat
correctly
correct you?
from Arbiter Themis's.
That's right. Well, it's Gazra today. You're being blessed by Gazra. Maybe a different deity. Who knows?
That's fine.
So you get the minor and the moderate. So you feel light on your feet as if you're being carried by the wind, and your movements feel fluid like water. You gain +2 to your AC while you're not flat-footed, and your movements do not trigger reactions. And then you get the moderate boon immediately as well, which is you feel something surging in your blood. You may use a reaction when you're hit by a melee attack to unleash it. The creature who hits you takes your level, which is 4, in electricity damage, and they become slowed 1 as a subtle frost covers over them.
Nice.
So pretty
That is
good
awesome.
for a character like Dorian, for sure.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, chat.
And then we've got one more blessing for, this is a minor for Dora.
Who blessed me?
Let's see. This was from. Sorry, there's so much chat. Chat's being so awesome.
It was me.
It was Katie. Katie has blessed you.
Oh,
And
that
then
doesn't
also,
seem like it's in character. That must have been Katie, not Irina.
definitely somebody else. All right, so let's go ahead and roll for your blessing, Tori. Do you have a preference on evil or good deities today?
No.
Nope. Okay. In that case, it's the neutral deities for you today.
Okay.
So, and that is a 3 I rolled on the. Well, you're also blessed by Gozra. Just a little less than Dorian. I guess Dorian was a little bit more devout or pleasing this week.
Okay, I've got the minor blessing. I'm looking at the
Yes,
thing right now.
minor blessing of Gozra. So you feel light on your feet as if carried by the wind. Movements are fluid like water. You gain +2 to your AC while you're not flat-footed, and your movements don't trigger enemy reactions.
Sweet.
So pretty
Thank
good for the
you.
frontliners for the double Gozra blessing. And then Wiz, people have immediately maxed out your blessing to major from Kim
Oh,
and side
no.
quest. So Wiz is going to be looking a little different today.
I mean, thank you. I was not expecting that. I appreciate it so much.
I like how Wiz is like, we can try the evil deities.
Yeah, it's cool.
Boom.
It's gonna be just fine.
All right. So, do you want some hooves or like some reptilian looking legs? It'll be subtle. Like, you're not going to be like terribly
Definitely
awkward.
reptilian, because we're going to caves, so some
There you go.
reptiles live in caves. They can that weird like iguana water thing. I don't know.
That checks out. Now, you feel you've heard of this kind of phenomenon. So you must be drawing attentions from some gods, but this is maybe a little odd.
Yeah, it's because of the
So
stuff I did with the horse last time. If you don't know, you should go back and watch it because I'm not going to explain it.
it probably checks out. Okay, so in addition to your perception bonus and your dark vision, all that, your legs bow and your feet turn reptilian. So you increase your movement speed by 10 feet, and you gain a reaction to gain +4 to your AC or reflex saves against a triggering attack or ability.
That's awesome.
And then you're also gonna get some. You want the scales to go along with the reptilian instead of the fur.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go
Okay.
full tilt.
Okay, so you get some scales on you as well, which is going to increase your attack rolls and your damage rolls. So real big for a whiz there, but in case he really needs to hurt something today, he's ready
Awesome.
to go.
Perfect. And just to clarify, I don't damage things lethally, and I can deal damage to undead without issue. So just so everyone's clear on that, he doesn't damage living creatures lethally.
Awesome, I like that. Also, Kim is coming in huge. Chat's just keeping a roll going. Everybody's blessings just got maxed out. So,
Jeez.
huge thanks to Kim. So Gozra people, I already told you yours. Tori, did you hear the moderate one, Wade, or do I need to repeat it?
Repeat it, please. Or just throw it up on the screen and I'll catch it as you explain the other ones.
Okay, cool. So yeah, if you guys get hit, basically, you can deal your level in damage as a reaction and make the creature slowed 1. And then the major one is you feel a connection to something offering you help. You may call upon this once as a free action. When you do, a swarm of birds or bats or something is applicable to the setting will swarm over the enemies. The enemies will have to succeed a DC 8 flat check to successfully make an attack roll or spell. And then all of your enemies take -2 to their attack rolls. So you guys each have 1 use of that tonight. And then Wiz, you already got maxed out with your wonderful Lamash 2 blessing. Who am I? And then Arena. Did you don't have a blessing yet? All right, let's roll your blessing. Okay, you're getting blessed by the evil deities tonight. Very fitting, I would say. And you are being blessed by, this one's come up so much. You're being blessed by Glonder. So all the way up to major. Strange insects are going to plague your location, but they leave you and your allies alone. All of your enemies you guys face today will immediately become drained 1, which gives them less maximum hit points. The insects are particularly attracted to Arena, and whenever you guys get in some sort of confrontation, they will cover her body until she's attacked. And when a creature attacks her, the insects will relentlessly attack them until it's dead. That is important fact. Until they are dead, she has no control over that. And then when you damage an enemy, you feel as though you can draw their life force into your own. So you heal for 50% of the damage you deal to enemies. That's not positive healing, so you're not going to be killing yourself accidentally. It'll just heal you. And that's it for you, Katie. All right, so chat, you made these guys ready to go.
Kim did say don't thank me yet, so I think she's just wanting to beef us up so she can just like throw all of the switches to 11 and then watch what happens.
It's true. Also, the affirmation bar, in contrast, is all the way to the enemy side. I've got 3 villain points, so
Kind of as it should be, I feel.
yeah.
Point.
It checks out.
Quick question on that blessing. Does that stack with the +2 we got for our scouting this time? The perception bonus that I got from my dark vision?
Sorry, what was that question?
Say Does it stack with the scouting bonus for perception that we got for this?
It does.
Okay, perfect.
Yep. Did you already have dark vision?
No.
Okay, so you just gained dark vision then.
Okay.
And if you had dark vision, then
gotcha.
you perception bonus.
I understand now. I was still kind of reading through it, and I was like, I gotta make sure I update this. So thank you.
Yeah, no, for sure. Okay, I think we're caught up on chat, guys. That was a huge start. So thank you very much, everybody. Okay, so let's move into the session. Quick recap. This is the 4th job and final job of our first round of jobs that we drafted at our last job draft. So last time, I won't go over the other 2 guilds. I decided I'll start recapping them on their sessions. But last time, this group they teamed up to go defend a fort that was under threat of attack. Rather than stay at the fort and defend it from some orc tribes that were threatening it, they decided to be proactive. They went out and found the orc tribe. They tried to settle it diplomatically. They tried to settle it through some tests of strength. The war chiefstesses, who was actually a single Etten, each head running a different orc tribe, did not fight very honorably and ended up attacking the party. They killed the war chiefesses. The orcs were impressed that they fought with honor. The orcs actually ended up helping them out a little bit in the end. And they ended up calling off the attacks and also gaining the help of the orc tribes, which is now kind of a downtime perk that they can use for scouting or pillaging. And now we are joining them for this job. This job that they know the information is that they are to go investigate a sea cave. Now they've gotten leads that the sea cave is supposed to hold something possibly valuable or powerful. And because of that, there were some previous explorers that were actually exploring the cave. You guys are getting hired by one of the family members to go actually try to discover the fate of those previous explorers. They never returned. You know that this cave is by the sea and it does flood every so often. So you guys know that this is going to be at low tide, pretty much at like early in the morning, 5 a.m. ish. You guys are going to be there and you need to go try to figure out what happened and, hopefully get out before you drown or have another solution figured out. So that is your job today. Now, the players have all of their prep to me in a document that I am already checking out. And then I got 2 more villain points, so I'm at 5. So thank you very much, Erica. So I have all the players' preps in front of me. Is there anything you guys want to discuss with the chat about scouting or plans? Anything that you think the chat should know? Ready for it? Just ready to go in? All right. Awesome. Cool. So let's go ahead and I don't think I'm forgetting anything here. Let's jump right into the session. So we're actually just going to start our session today on the beach of this cave. So this is actually just on the Lost Shore, just right by Absalom, right across from the ocean. So it's not too far. Emmerich, of course, gives you guys your lightning glyphs that you summon by clacking the stones together. They zap down into existence. You guys tell them the location. Now you do see this cave here. It's kind of up in the cliffside at this point. You can imagine when the tide rises, it's probably about sea level to enter, a little bit below the sea level. But as of right now, it's going to be a little bit of a climb into it. Your lightning glyphs aren't so accurate with their description. They're less of like a full-blown intelligent creature, more of like a magical summoned creature. So when you tell them location, they land you on the beach. They do not land you in the cave. So we start with you guys on the beach. There is a cave that's about 20 feet out into the water and probably about 15 feet up. What are you guys doing?
What is wrong with you, small gnome?
That's a great question. I just woke up like this. I think it might be psoriasis. Have you seen these before? He pulls up his sleeve and shows you like the patchy reptilian scales on him.
That is not the only thing wrong with you. What happened to your eyes? Have you been cursed?
I'm not sure. I can't see my eyes.
Arena, when you take a closer look, you probably actually just immediately know this is a blessing from Lamash too. As an evil cleric, you're pretty familiar with all these deities.
She like squats down to your level. They've been playing in gods that they're out of your league.
He stands up a little bit taller because now he's size medium. I perhaps had a weird dream, so maybe it was that. But in the dream, it was pretty good. And he like looks at you.
No, Lamash too has had a hand in this. Be careful with her.
Perhaps 2 hands. We should go. Dura, where are you?
I am here, Sadiq. It is okay.
So, how do we do this?
I have grappling hook, if this is the way.
Let me check my pockets. Just a moment. I think I might have something for this. How high up did you say it was?
It's 15 feet high and like 20 feet out into the ocean.
Oh, into the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think I have a ladder thing we could use. Or we could try the grappling hooks. maybe not waste my ladder yet.
Also, Gnome, thank you so much. He shared 5 times spreading the love around, so thank you very much, sir.
Unless others have better idea. She looks at Irina and Dorian.
I feel like a rope is the most logical way to climb up here. What else would we do? Dorian, do not speak.
I felt like I managed to lead us pretty well last time. I'll give someone else a chance this time.
All right, well, I have this ladder token, and he pulls out like a feather. It's supposed to be a 20-foot ladder. At least that's what the man at the shop told me. I could just put it up there, and we could climb up. And then we've got a way back down if we happen to make it back down.
Perhaps. Well, how long does ladder last?
I'm not sure. I didn't ask the man, to be quite honest.
What's it called?
It's a feather token. It's one of the talismans.
Now this may be my 1E knowledge speaking, but I'm pretty sure it just lasts indefinitely.
That's what I was thinking. I'm pulling it up right now.
Do you wish me to try with hook first?
It can be used as normal for that object, so.
Did you buy it when you were smaller? I mean, perhaps a feather would be useful for when you were shorter, but I don't know if you noticed. You're quite a bit taller today.
I did notice.
Can use a leather, like a feather, to climb.
Well, it's not a feather when it turns into a ladder.
It's a
That's
feather.
not how that works. It's magic. You know what magic is. He waves the
Yes.
feather towards you.
Sadiq, you know this one is stupid.
Hey now.
Should we use the ladder, or do you wish me to use the hook?
Let's save the hook for when we get in the cave. It might be more useful to have something flexible. Caves are notoriously small, and this ladder's supposed to be 20 feet.
As you wish,
Use
Sadiq.
it.
He will. He'll take it out, and I think it has to be activated. I don't know how it's activated, but
You snap it.
I'll snap it.
It's like a glow stick and like a little coin, but when you crack it to light it up, it turns into a ladder.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it, and I
Okay.
make sure it's placed properly first. Perhaps I can hold it because I'm actually big enough now.
So are you going to be swimming out to the to like just below the cave then?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. So you need to make an athletics check, which is at a +4 with your nice little mutations.
That's beautiful. All right. So that's gonna be. Oh, what happened there? Why did it roll that?
That
Oh,
was
did I roll a
definitely-
natural one?
No, you didn't. You rolled
How
a
did-
2. Oh, are you at a -1 normally?
Oh yeah, that must be why. But it just rolled weird dice on the screen. Sorry about that.
Oh no, that's okay. So
So,
that
and then
that,
it
that
would
is
be
a
the +4 in addition to that, so it's probably worse.
okay. So that's a 5. So Wiz has this ladder and goes trying to like put it out to the shore, and like Wave kind of comes in and starts just taking him away, and he's kind of struggling.
Okay.
to get to the
Dora?
top.
Dora wanted to kind of give you a time to shine if you wanted to do that. So she'll see you struggling, and she'll just wordlessly walk out into the water and
It's
grab
this
the
big
ladder from
body.
you.
I've never had limbs this long before. How do you swim?
To be fair,
Irina.
you were not great swimmer even before we.
Aye, that's
It's not
fair.
a good sign when he can't get out of the first little. Oh boy.
You try swimming with a ladder. I
Oh,
probably
boy.
should have waited until I got out there and then did it. But you live and learn.
I mean, you're right. It is a ladder now, so.
So Dora, are you like?
I got a
carrying him
16.
To the you carrying him to the cave as he speaks here?
Yeah, well, I guess I was thinking I would grab the ladder from him so that he could kind of get his bearings. He's big now, so I don't.
Oh yeah,
He's
that's
not
true.
as
Yeah.
easy to carry.
Go ahead and roll me another athletics once she takes the ladder from you.
Wiz or me?
Oh, Wiz. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. You can move fine, Dora.
You said athletics, right?
Uh-huh.
It's
Yes.
horrible still.
Wiz has a 7. He's still struggling.
Oh, maybe I'm just
Can
really
I-
bad at swimming.
Can I set the ladder?
Uh-huh. Yeah, you
Okay.
can put the ladder.
When I set the ladder, I will go back for Wiz.
Okay. Yeah, there's like a nice kind of like wedge of rocks just below the water where you can kind of wedge it up nicely. And then yeah, you go and get Wiz.
Come, Sadiq. Stop this.
Dorian wants to be
I didn't do it on
backstroking
purpose.
like as she's getting back to Wiz. Dorian wants to just be like backstroking by.
Roll me in athletics.
Crit, fail, crit, fail, crit, fail.
This is like the most beautiful setup for a crit fail.
Oh, nope.
But alas, Dorian
Dorian
can
comes
backstroke real
through. Dorian always does this.
That's a smooth 23. That's good enough. I mean, it was a low roll, but it'll work.
And how are you handling this, Arena?
I don't like water.
Is that how she handles it? She's on the beach saying, "I don't like water."
Yes.
Are you gonna stand out there all day? The water's fine. Come on in.
It's a 6.
Yeah, no, Arena's having a hard time getting there. The wave, the current kind of starts dragging you out away from the ladder.
I'm assuming Dorian's not going to go help her.
Probably not.
Okay. Dora will
Dorian's
also go back.
backstroking, not paying
Yeah.
attention. Sorry.
So Dora will set Wiz on the ladder and say, "Do not move, Sadiq. These waves are big." And then she'll go back out to Irina and
Okay.
like drag her over to the wedge of rocks.
Yeah, with Dora's assistance, you're able to get to the ladder.
Is
I imagine that's her
everyone
face the
okay?
whole time.
Yeah, just still in the water. Dora's dragging her behind. This is
See?
not good sign. We must get out of here before the tides come in, because two of us cannot swim so well.
Do you know
That
how
is
long that is?
fine.
You learn something new every day, don't you?
That would be a survival check if anybody would like to know how long it is.
I would like to know how long it is. I'm not
Okay.
great at survival, but I will roll it.
So this is technically a recall knowledge. Would either of you Foresight faction people like to spend a hero point to succeed this automatically?
I would, yeah, I definitely would. I think knowing how long it is worth it.
Okay, so
That definitely seems like research we would have done.
oh yeah,
yeah.
for sure. So hero point for Foresight faction. You guys are certain that it is 6 hours and 12 minutes, and in the time it's been taking here, you've about eaten up your 12 minutes by the time you're getting into the cave. So 6 hours is how long you have.
Okay. So it seems like we got, if I recall, it's about 6 hours till the tide comes back in. So let's
Then we
get
should
going.
work quickly.
He'll start climbing up the ladder.
Dora will pull you down first and go up first. This is better, Sadiq. We do not know what is up there.
Aye, that's fair. As he's like held by the collar.
No, she'll pull you down gently. And also, you're her size now. Not quite her size, but you are medium.
He's still short.
All right, she'll climb up.
Okay. Yeah, you get the ladder easy enough. It holds, and you get into the mouth of the cave. It's not very large. It's probably like a 8-foot by 8-foot entrance leading into a tunnel of about the same length. I guess probably like a 10-foot wide corridor as you get in. Everybody else following? Okay. So you guys get up the ladder, and I think I forgot to mention this. So your guild would have gained information of who you're looking for, right? So the person who hired you gave you information that the person they're looking for is their son and his adventuring group. The son's name was Droven, and she didn't know the rest of the name of his adventuring party, but he is a human male. He was accompanied by a gnome male that looked older with white hair, but actually wasn't. Had young features, but kind of white hair, white beard. A red-haired elven woman, and a one-eyed with an eye patch male human. So that's the adventuring party that you're looking for.
So
And
the
we
father hired.
Oh, go for it.
Sorry, the father of Droven hired us.
The mother of Droven.
Oh, mother. Okay.
Mhm.
Specifically to bring him back, or for everyone?
Just to find out what happened. She seemed kind of sad when she made the request. She's expecting the worst, but she just wants closure of what happened to the group. If you can bring him back alive, great. But she didn't seem hopeful.
Easy enough.
All right, so you guys are at the mouth of this cave. So I'm gonna explain really quick. So this cavern is a maze, right? This is you have no idea of where this cavern leads. There's many twists and turns. So the way that I have found effective to handle mazes in TTRPGs is I like to use a roll table followed by different kinds of checks. I think I just want to explain this for chat and for you guys so you kind of know what kind of progress you're making and whatnot. Basically, what I have here is I have different checkpoints in this maze that you guys will reach eventually if you're navigating it properly. The way you're going to navigate it properly is I will ask for different types of checks that are applicable. If you guys have any kind of creative thinking of stuff you want to try, you're welcome to do that, and I'll give you bonuses for it. And then I basically have set terms to give you pluses on a d6 roll table that I have. And that d6 roll table is going to determine if you backtrack on accident, if you run into complications, if you make progress, if you make fast progress, if you run into special beneficial things. So that's how we handle the maze here. And then, we'll do some role play and descriptions as we go through it as well. So that's
Can
how we're
I
going to handle this
say
session.
one thing I want to be doing as we go through this maze?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Okay.
In fact, that's important. Everybody, let's go ahead and talk about what exploration activities you want to be doing as we're going.
Oh, okay. I have chalk. I mean, we probably all have chalk in our adventurers packs, but I want to be marking walls and things, like just to kind of keep track of where we've been.
Awesome. Okay, very smart. What about you, Dorian? Any special exploration activities you'd like to be doing?
Yeah, you'll basically be looking for signs of combat or, something that shows a struggle. Scratches on the wall, divots in the rock or something like that.
Okay, so you're going to be specifically looking for potential danger then.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, I should ask this first. These caves are dark. You can see very quickly that there's not going to be light for very long in here. Who does not have dark vision in here?
I only have low light, I believe.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I have low light.
Okay, so the only one who has dark vision is Wizrazar, is that correct?
Yes, that's
Nice.
magic. Thank you, everyone.
Dorian will have a torch out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any light sources they would like to be wielding?
I wield a torch as well from my pack.
Okay, so Dorian and Arena will be wielding torches. All right, awesome. Anything that you would like to be doing in particular, Arena?
Looking for tracks, I think. Looking for tracks.
Okay, so you're going to be looking for tracks specifically. And how about you, Wiz?
Wiz will be looking for any type of like fungus or moss or anything like that that would have some sort of healing property, or like if I know that it's dangerous or something like that, just kind of looking at the foliage that's in this little cave here.
Okay,
Watching for that kind of stuff, anything weird.
awesome. So the way that these exploration activities work, I'm going to secretly roll for you guys for all these checks that you've asked, basically. Tori, I'm not really rolling for yours because, it's not that hard to just make chalk marks
Yeah.
on the wall.
I'm mostly hoping it'll help us on the way back out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, so that I will note that you are doing. The rest of you, I'll just do that. And that's going to be kind of a passive thing that you guys are doing. I'm not going to make you ask to roll that, basically. I have that noted, and if something's applicable, I'll let you know.
Sorry, Chase, can I add one more thing?
Just
Just
yeah, for
as
sure.
I'm marking, I would probably not as focused as Dorian will be, but I would also like to be keeping my ears and eyes open for danger.
Yeah, for sure. You got it. Okay, I've got all those noted. So
Add a +2 to mine because I have untrained improvisation.
very nice. Good to know. I have noted that. Thank you.
And just out of curiosity, I have lore herbalism, so is that what we're using for mine?
I was not going to, but I will now because
Okay.
that's neat and very applicable. Okay, I've got that noted down. Okay, so you guys all get up in this cavern. It's very pretty. There's you can see that there's kind of some crystals on the walls refracting the light that's coming through, the early sunlight that's kind of rising up. You guys are still in the bright morning. But you can tell as it turns the corner, that's going to end pretty quickly. But you get a good glimpse of it here. The walls are kind of a, wet bluish stone. The floor is a mixture of sand and stone, and it's all quite wet. You can tell that it was definitely flooded not too long ago. There are places where there are divots that are still kind of have puddles of water in them and whatnot. So as we start into this cave, the first check that we're going to need is just a survival roll. If you guys want to split up, you can do separate survival rolls. Otherwise, somebody's going to have to choose to lead, and then anybody else who would like to can assist.
I have an 8 survival.
Mine's a 9.
All right. All right.
I mean, Wiz is all for leading if he's allowed.
You look like you can see in the dark the best. Why don't you take this lead?
That's
Okay.
a
I'll
new
be
thing.
behind you.
Okay. So roll
Okay.
survival?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a survival. And then anybody else who would like to assist, go ahead and try to roll it.
Dorian
Yeah.
would like to assist.
I got an
Okay.
11.
Okay.
Dice
Ooh,
are
he
not doing good things for me
just
today.
makes it, right? With the 20.
Uh-huh. Yep, a 20 does assist, so you have got a total of a 12.
Woo.
Now, who wants to decide your first fate here and roll me a d6?
I feel like Wiz should. Wiz was leading us.
All right.
This is
all
on
right.
you, Wiz.
I guess. I got a 4.
Okay. Awesome. And I've got everything accounted for you guys here. So let me get my roll table pulled up. Okay. All right. Yeah. So you guys start navigating this cave. You're going to be walking for about 20 minutes. Navigating this. Is there anything in particular you guys would like to do in those 20 minutes, or are you guys just going to assume you're kind of just generally exploring?
Wiz would like to talk to Dura about her numbering system or her marking system so that he understands it in the event that something happens and he has to leave without her.
I have no system. Do you have system?
I-
I have been marking the walls, but I will do as you do, Sadiq, if you have better idea.
Honestly, I'm not sure. I was thinking maybe do like a line system of I was here first, but I've never done that before, so I was just wondering if there was any rhyme or reason to it.
I mean, you could always use the number system.
Aye, Arabic figures.
Hall 1 is the entrance, Hall 2 is the next one. We go up in numbers, and when we come back, we go down in numbers. I'm not the brightest, but it might work.
He stopped at 2 because he doesn't know how to count past that.
That was
I
my
was
question.
getting bored of explaining, and you know it.
I can
Dura's
use
system is great.
numbers. I can use numbers. So this one shall nod at Dorian. Will also understand.
Apparently, I can't read past 2, so hopefully we don't go far.
Wiz just turns around and keeps walking like, oh dang.
Dora will mutter as she'll follow Wiz, but she'll mutter, "At least you are not undead."
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said nothing. Let us go. We only have 6 hours.
Okay, so you guys are navigating these tunnels. It is very complex. You guys are probably very grateful at this point that you're leaving some chalk markings, as this is just kind of a full-blown maze, and this is a large cavern system. This isn't just like a little cave, and that becomes apparently clear. So as you're wandering, you don't really see anything of note except for caves at this point. Are you guys wanting to continue on or turn back?
Sadiq, what do you think?
I'm not sure. I mean, we've got this far. It seems like this continuing on is the way to go. Does anyone else have an opinion they'd like to share?
We can keep walking this way.
Okay.
It's
So
best just to follow her.
there's still no notable landmarks or anything kind of special here yet at this point, so this will just be another survival. So do we want the same setup as last time? Letting Wiz lead?
Dorian would be like, I think it's my turn this time. No offense.
After you, and he does like the little.
I mean,
hand
you're
gesture.
welcome to assist if you'd like.
I'll do my
but-
best. Yeah, I'll try.
Sweet, we'll tag team it. I mean, a little bit better.
I
little
got a
bit better.
12 to assist.
I had a 13.
Okay, so one better than last time. So that's a total of a 13 survival as Dorian takes the lead here. So Dorian, go ahead and roll me a d6.
Oh, yes. TPK. TP. What? A 6.
Oh, rolling a 6. Okay.
I have no context into why you're laughing like
I
that,
know,
and I
stop.
really would like it.
Would you, though?
No, it's good. High on the
Oh.
table is good for you guys, so
Okay.
I can tell you that.
Oh.
Right. So yeah, Dorian and Wiz are, kind of Dorian's taking point. Wiz, you give your input here and there. And you guys on your way come into one tunnel where you can see it's a dead end. But there are something a little bit disturbing in there, though you can see a shimmer of magic over them. There's a nail driven into kind of a little alcove on the side, and attached to it are some shackles. And also there is some skeletal remains with a what looks to be a coin purse
We see magic shimmering.
over the shackles. Yes, they have
Oh.
like kind of a magical shimmer over them.
Can I
Okay.
detect magic
Uh-huh.
on them? I'm not sure how it works in this edition, so I'll pull it up. But
So it does indeed confirm that they are magical, and that's all you
Okay.
really get from this level of detect magic.
all right.
Dora will
There
pull
is
out-
no other magic in the room though, aside from
Okay.
those
That's good
shackles.
to know.
So these are magical. Aside from the shimmer, I checked, and they're definitely magical.
Dora
Just
will
know.
pull out her sword.
Hey, Irina. Looks like you might have a buddy over here.
No, we do not do this thing.
No, yeah, of course not.
It's probably best to listen to her.
I wasn't the one going to be doing it, so I would be.
I saw this, the little shifty eye you did.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
tall enough
yes.
now.
Well, no, you misunderstand. I will not be doing anything with the skeleton, so I will be listening to her.
The dead can benefit in ways that you may not understand.
I can agree to that. And he'll step back with Dora and stand with her.
I do not know about bodies. Does someone want to check this one?
Two things. Would Boneyard lore be applicable here? And I have recognized spell. Would that also help here?
Recognize spell would not, but Boneyard lore will. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's a secret roll. So yeah, you can tell that this skeleton here does appear to be dead. You're not getting any vibe that this is an undead. You don't see any of the telltale signs that it is going to rise up. And it does look like it's been dead for quite some time. There's no flesh remaining on it. You can see some kind of shred of fabric around the leg area that looks like it's long wasted away. And when you take a closer look there, you can also tell that the skeleton is actually missing hands. And you can see the hands are actually just below the shackles.
He died on the shackles.
Can you tell what kind of creature it is?
It appears to be the size of a medium humanoid, though with your check there, you're not sure exactly what it was. Likely human or elf or something along those lines, though.
Some
Could-
humanoid creature.
Could Wiz roll a medicine check to determine based on like bone anatomy?
For sure.
Orion would probably do a medicine check to see if there was any other cause of death besides just chilling there, like if he had gotten stabbed or like the bones chipped or something like that.
Okay. So yeah, Wizwazar, you know that this is human. This is human remains. Dorian, you don't see any signs of like wounds or anything. You could assume it could possibly be drowning. The hands being removed, you're not entirely sure. They don't look like they look like they were maybe like broken off. Not like cleaved by any sort of tool or anything. Quite a tragic end, any way you look at it.
That's definitely a human. You see right here on the skeleton. That's clearly human.
Is
And
there?
his hands
ahead.
did not come off naturally, per se.
Do you think maybe they were broken off afterwards, like after they died?
It's what it looks like. If you look here, the bone is just not. It's you can see the chip here and here. Yeah, I think either someone did this to him after he died, or I don't know, lake monster.
Is there a way to? Could I try to pry the nail out of the wall?
Yeah, it actually comes out quite easy.
Oh.
When you pull on it. And then, if anybody would like a recall knowledge with craft, you can know what the shackles are. I don't know if
Let's
anybody does
see.
that in this group, or
Yes, I would like to do this.
Okay. Yeah, you recognize these, Arena. This is these are called manacles of persuasion. These are a common kind of torture tool used for prisoners to get them to talk. Basically, when you put these on somebody, they will persistently deal negative energy damage until the person goes unconscious, and then they stop. So it keeps them alive. And then if they're healed, it will let them be healed up to 10 hit points, and then it continues damaging them again. And they are worth 45 gold.
And they're nailed to the wall, but in
I
the
pried him out.
okay.
Mhm.
Irina's gonna pick up the shackles and smirk. These are good.
And then the bag of coin beside it holds 50 gold pieces.
Picking
The
that up too.
coins are kind of spilling out as the bag is mostly worn away.
Hmm.
Okay. And aside from that alcove, anything else you guys wanted to do here? Okay. You guys make some progress. This cavern eventually leads you into a very large kind of wide open cavern. The ceiling up to this point, it's been kind of 10-foot corridors with maybe a 10-foot high ceiling. Now you guys open into a big, large kind of cavernous room. There's many different ways splitting off from here. And in the center of it, there is what appears to be some sort of altar, a stone kind of rectangular altar. You can see some old blood stains on top of it. And all along the walls in a circle in this room are some kind of ominous drawings. There's drawings of tentacles. There's eyes drawn all over, slitted in the middle. You see some groups of people kneeling down, and all of these groups of people that they have drawn down, which is kind of repetitive on the walls. In every group, there's one standing up that looks like they're tearing their face off. And that's what you guys see in this room.
Well, this looks promising.
I do love the art. Yes, this is graphic. It's great.
What's the knowledge check to know what's going on here?
So this would be a society. Does anybody want to use a society recall knowledge?
I will make it a +2 since I'm not trained.
Okay. Yeah, you're not really sure, Arena.
I'll use a hero point to. Can I just succeed for myself, or can I have Irina succeed, or?
So you would succeed for Dora. Dora would have
Okay,
researched it at
okay.
some point, and then you can choose to share it or
Okay.
not.
Dora has researched this.
So you know that these drawings are quite unique. You've seen drawings of them in a book. They're pretty rare, actually. This gives you vibes of ancient Aslant, which is an old culture that kind of disappeared long ago. It's very strange for it to be here, so close to Absalom, because Aslant was quite a ways away. And a common theme that you're seeing here on the wall is Aboleth worship, which are also known as Ugathal masters. They were kind of a mind-bending aquatic race that was common around Aslant.
Sorry, I was typing.
No, you're okay.
Okay, Dora will kind of shuffle over to Wiz, and she's not like trying to not tell you guys, but she just says quietly, this is not good. And she'll relay whatever Chase just said.
So, what do we know about that stuff? What does that mean for this? I mean, creepy, obviously. But maybe there's still some magic here? I'll do detect magic again. And I mean, it's only like a certain amount of space, right? And this is a huge room.
Yeah, I always imagine detect magic kind of works like you scan it around, right? Like,
Yeah, like
I imagine you can cast it a few times and kind of,
yeah.
Also, this is important for your recall knowledge or notable, anyways. The face ripping is iconic of a common follower of the Aboleths, which are called faceless stalkers. They're a shape-shifting race who tended to work hand in hand with them. So as you're kind of looking around the room, scanning around Wizards Are, you do see that there's actually some scattered coins and gemstones all around this room. And you do get magic coming from the center of the altar.
So the altar's definitely magic. There's coins all around, but I'm honestly too scared to touch them. What if something's gonna pop out at me and eat me?
Hey, Irina.
Yeah, have them eat her. She could take
No,
it.
no, of course. Nothing's gonna happen. Just go, go place your hand nice and sturdy on that middle stone right there. I'm sure it'll be great. You could get the coins all around it.
Dorian, come here.
He stays a good arm's distance away from you.
She
Yes.
takes a step in. You take me for an idiot.
Sometimes.
Go stand over there. Remember our deal. I will revoke it at any time.
You stand to lose just as much as I do if you do that.
Not nearly as much.
We'll see.
Go. Be the
I was
little
here
bit
first.
that
Go
you
for
are.
it. Walk away. It's fine.
Be the little bit that you are. Go.
And Dorian's gonna go and he's gonna look at the different tunnels leading out of here to see kind of if he could see tracks or something that would indicate if other people had recently used them.
Yes, that would be a survival check.
All right. Don't fail me this time. Oh, that's bad. 11.
Yeah, you don't catch it on any tracks.
Great. Curse this water in this cave. Ugh. Well, I guess it's a good thing we didn't yell for these idiots in here. Anyone have any bright ideas besides having her touch it?
Can I roll a perception in this room?
Yeah, you can. Go ahead and roll me one.
12.
That's a nat 1 is what that is.
I went blind.
I wanna look around as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead
same.
and roll me. Go ahead and roll me your perceptions. Throw them out there.
Your torch goes out.
And that's 2 on top of that, so 22 for me.
Okay. And then is it +2 included for you, Wiz, or is that?
Yeah, I also got a 22.
Okay. So yeah, for 22, you guys both spot. There appears to be a loose brick in the middle of the altar, kind of where you were scanning with your detect magic, Wiz.
At the same time, we both point to it.
Yeah. Do you seize it?
Hey, there's a loose brick there. Should we pull it out?
Perhaps. Dora will take out her. She has a crowbar. She doesn't really want to touch this if she can avoid it. So I want to lever it out.
Crowbar,
Yeah.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
And Katie, with your nat 1, there's Arena's looking around. One of the bugs that had been kind of following her around just kind of flies directly into her eye. I just thought that was important to mention.
Appreciate it.
Dorian thanks you.
Yeah, so you crowbar this brick out, and it opens up pretty easily. Inside of it, you can see there's just like a little bit of an indent, and there's some sort of dark wooded wand sitting inside of it. And inside of it, there's like kind of a skull carved into the end of the wand, and like kind of a spectral trail winding along the length of it.
Spectral?
Yeah, kind of like a ghostly trail following the skull wrapping around the wand. It's very nicely carved.
Do I know from my recall knowledge, did these aboleths and stuff, they have anything to do with undead, or is it mostly just like take over your mind kind of stuff?
So that will be a new recall knowledge on Aboleths.
Okay.
Did you want to do any hero point on this one, or just go for the roll?
What knowledge would that be?
It is occultism.
I'll give it a go. I'm trained in that, so
Okay,
we'll
all
see.
right. Yeah, no, you've actually read quite a bit about aboleths. So you do know they weren't tied to undead. Um, there's kind of a similar creature that's a higher form called Veiled Masters. They're capable of being casters and things on their own, kind of like an intelligent creature would be. And so are aboleths to that extent, but they're not typically known for being necromancers or anything like that. They're very common to use illusion magic and mind controlling magic. And along with that, you got a pretty nice roll. Did you want to know something about their offense, their defense, their special
Oh,
ability?
I think that maybe you were looking at the wrong roll. Sorry. Uh,
Oh,
I got a 12.
I rolled one for you.
Oh,
Yeah, recall
I
knowledge is
always
your
forget
secret.
that. Okay,
Uh-huh.
okay.
Yeah, so that
Cool.
roll just doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay.
Lucky for you.
Get out of here, 12. Um, do I want to know something more? Is that what you asked?
Oh yeah, you can know something more about their offense, defense, special ability, traits.
Special abilities, I think.
Okay. Yeah, so some notable special abilities that you remember reading about is number one, they have something called slime. They attack with tentacles. And if these tentacles hit you, they can give you a curse of sorts that starts making your skin turn transparent. And if you're ever not wet or like moist from condensation, then you start becoming more and more drained. Uh, and aside from that, they are occult spellcasters and quite adept ones at that, typically favoring illusion magic.
Okay. So based on that, does this wand strike me as kind of weird? Or well, I guess they're magic people, or they are.
They could be capable of using wands, though you're
Yeah.
not sure what this wand is. That would be a recall knowledge for craft.
Okay. I do not know what this is, but I do not think it is very good.
And actually, Arena, now that the bug is out of your eye, you would actually probably immediately know what this wand is, being a cleric. This is a. Sorry, I lost the name of it here. This is a Wand of Teeming Ghosts, second level. It's worth 250 gold. It's an uncommon item. It's not one you see very often. It lets you cast False Life at second level. And whenever you have temporary hit points from False Life, you have these spectral looking spirits that will swirl around you. And whenever you frighten somebody, you can use a free action to get rid of the rest of your temporary hit points and increase the frightened value by 1.
Do you share with the group, or do you
She's
just?
going to step up to the wand. May I take a look at this closer?
Dura will step back.
This is something that is very valuable, very good if it is used properly.
For the Alliance, I guess.
Possibly.
And am I correct? She has bugs literally crawling all over her right now.
No, they're not crawling on her at this point, but they are like swarming around her.
Okay.
Nobody mentioned it at any point. Don't want to make her mad.
Dorian is doing his best not to, but can't promise.
How many hallways did you say were going out of this room?
There's like 8. There's quite a bit.
Which
I
way
tried
do you
to
go
check
now?
them, but I couldn't find any signs that people had gone down them. What with
Well,
the
you should have
the
let me
tide and
know.
all.
I'd have helped you.
Oh well, I mean, feel free to do it again, please.
I will survival to see if I can find anything of.
I will go
maybe they
with
went that way.
him.
And it's
Not to help.
the wand.
I thought Irina did.
Oh, Arena, you went and picked it up. So really quick, yeah, Arena, when you go pick up the wand, you feel your vision start to shake a little bit, and you hear this booming, loud voice in your head. Welcome. If it is loot that you seek, delve deeper. You will not be disappointed.
That was in her head, right?
Yeah, nobody else heard that.
Okay.
So as I was saying, if you want to go look, it would be nice to know which way to go from here.
I definitely can do that. I got a 28.
For your survival?
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice. All
I
right.
only have a 9.
So are you guys going to continue onwards then?
We should go deeper.
And did anybody take the coins? Or are you guys leaving the coins and whatnot?
Oh, right.
Oh, coins are taken.
How many does it? Okay. Sure.
Coins are taken.
Go.
Coins are taken. The manacles are taken. They're in my pack.
Okay, awesome. So this was 50 more gold pieces worth of gems and coins. Okay. So you guys following Wiz then?
Yeah, and before we go down whatever tunnel Wiz has chosen, and I guess kind of as he's checking the tunnels, Dora will kind of nudge his shoulder and just like pull out her signal whistle that is on, it's on like a chain or something, and she just wears it. And she says, "Do you have the Sadiq?"
Of course I do. And he pulls his out. I always wear it. I'd never
Okay.
go anywhere without it.
Be careful. This place is not right. I
I
do not want to lose you.
feel that.
So Wiz, with your high survival, you do see what you think are some tracks in some sand. They're kind of like washed away and very faint, but it looks like as good a bet as any. And also, as you've been kind of keeping an eye out for moss and herbalism type things, above this this entryway that feels like the correct one, you can see up towards the ceiling of this room, there is some of this bright pink moss. And you recognize this as a pretty dangerous hallucinogenic moss. You know that it's that high up on the ceiling. It's probably of no risk, but you don't want to get any closer than like 5 feet to that stuff, or you can kind of inhale some of it, and it's no good.
Okay. So it looks like this might be the way to go. I see some weirdly indented tracks here that I didn't see on the other places. But just be very careful because this pink moss here, with my extra height, I've seen that there's some pink moss on the ceiling here. It's very dangerous. So do not get within probably arm's reach of it. 5 feet, I'd say. Stay 5 feet away. 10 feet. Why not? It's dangerous. Arena, you've got
Understood.
flies. What's happening?
It is a deity.
It's
Enough
the
said.
lack of showering, but yes, it's a deity.
Her sword glows a little dark blue. She glares at you, Dorian.
Ah, if I had my soap.
Moving on. After you, down the tunnel, not into the weirdly colored moss. Yes.
Aye. Did you have any insight, Irina, into why we got to go deeper? Just, there's nothing here?
You did kind of shout that out of nowhere.
It was not shouting. We should just go deeper. Call it a hunch.
Intuition. I've got that. Let's go.
Can
Can
I
I sense
insight
motive?
her? Yeah.
Sense motive!
Dora and Dorian both don't trust Irina very much.
Yeah, you can.
She's showing initiative. She's showing passion for something. She wants to do something. What?
Something's wrong here.
She's repeated herself twice. Not
What's
a good
your
sign.
What's your bluff DC?
It's 18. Dora, you don't know. Dorian.
Dorian
There's a-
acts like he believes you completely.
All right, Felicia, go ahead and roll us our D6 to see how this goes.
He's also going to let Wiz and Dura go first, and then whisper to sweet Irina here. So what's the real reason you want to go deeper?
You would like to know.
Kind of, yes, that's why I asked you. Funny how that works.
Follow and find out, Dorian. Follow and find out.
I got a 5.
A 5, nice. Okay, so and you got the 28 survival earlier. Very nice. Okay, yeah. So, you feel like you're getting kind of like a good handle on how this cave system is kind of laid out. The lower you go, you feel like the more progress you make. You realize when you're kind of going places at an even level and turnouts like that, you're kind of hitting dead ends. You do end up passing by another kind of little alcove similar to the one that you saw with the manacles. Although in this one, there is a skeleton that is hanging up by some chains on the wall in the alcove. He is wearing a very nice breastplate. It's kind of faded, but you can tell it's very well crafted. You feel like you can make out the symbol of kind of a golden sword pointing downwards into some sunlight. And there is another just bag of coins laying there, kind of similar to the other one.
And to your left, you'll see an alcove with a dead skeleton and some armor and another bag of coins.
Irina's gonna spit at the feet of that skeleton.
He
Dora,
didn't do anything to you. He's dead.
yeah, Dora
Terrible god.
glares at you. No matter who you worship, the dead deserve your respect.
Not when they worship that god.
Dora will go and grind her boot on the spit to like smear it away.
Before you get too close, hold on. And Wiz will detect magic in the whole alcove.
Okay. There is magic coming off of the breastplate, but nothing else. And when you kind of clear off the breastplate there, Dora, you can see a common rune etched into it, which is a +1 potency rune.
Cool. Question, Chase.
Uh-huh.
So, Pharasma doesn't like disrespecting and desecrating the dead. How does she feel about taking gear off of skeletons?
So if you were like robbing a tomb where somebody was like clearly properly buried with their stuff, that would be a no-no. But for somebody who's like just kind of left disrespectfully like this, it would be more the attitude of like, it might as well get some use.
Yeah.
As
Okay.
long as you remove it, respectfully. You don't want to like shatter the bones and just rip it off. And,
Yeah. Okay. Dora will, I guess, start carefully taking off the breastplate, and I mean, she's not like a priestess or anything, but I imagine she might know some kind of like last rites type, like for like prayer to Pharasma kind of thing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So she'll just kind of mutter that for this poor soul.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a religion.
Okay. 21.
Okay. Yeah, so you're speaking your prayer. The rest of you almost feel like you can hear like maybe like a soft whisper echoing Dora's words as she's kind of softly muttering this prayer. And you almost feel like you can see this like soft mist kind of swirl around her a little bit. And Dora, you recognize this feeling as your ancestor being very pleased by what you're doing.
Oh, nice. Okay. Cool.
So yeah, that is a +1 breastplate that you just obtained. It did take a few minutes to say the prayer and kind of respectfully get it off. And at this point, you guys have been in the cave for about 45 minutes.
Okay. Dora will see if they can stash it in your bag, Irina.
Do you have a bag of holding, Irina?
We do.
Yeah, okay.
We do have a bag of holding. No, you cannot put that filth in my bag.
Good transition. Yes, I do
We
have
do
one.
have a
No,
bag
you
of-
cannot
no.
use it.
All right. She'll just kind of turn and say, "Well, I will put this in our pack, Whis."
That's fine with me.
Does no one find it fishy that we found two people shackled to a wall with gold at their feet in this cave, where we found a ritualistic room back in the other way? Like, this isn't a normal cave,
It's clearly some type of dungeon or torture chamber.
clearly. And
Yeah.
someone wants to go deeper. And he just like slowly turns his head to Irina. Fancy that.
Well,
We're
we must
finding
find,
things, aren't we?
and we must find the sun. That is our mission.
It's been about 45 minutes, so we better keep going. Are you going to grab that sack of gold at the bottom there?
I'll grab it.
Okay.
I've
50
noticed-
more gold.
I've noticed that as we're going, the more down we go, the more correct we are. So if we just keep going downhill, deeper, as you say, it seems like we're going to get there. And hopefully we can get there before it's been about 3 hours so that we have time to get back.
Then lead the way.
I am glad to know that the gold is not too putrid for you to touch.
Elmade has no place in any of my things.
That does
But
go
her
so
gold
quick.
does.
It's not marked with Ioma Day.
So, Wiz, as you continue onwards, you see a place where you could possibly swim down. There's kind of a deep pool that you can tell continues onwards, but you feel like you can find a better way. And you do. You're able to kind of navigate around that and find a way where nobody has to swim. Um, and now you guys are approaching what appears to be another one of these large caverns. This is about 20 minutes more, so you've now been here for an hour and 5 minutes. And there's a waterfall in front of you, kind of that you're gonna have to walk under to get into this larger cavern. So you can kind of see it's a big open room on the other side. You with the torchlight, it's kind of getting refracted by the waterfall, and you can't see too deep into it. That's where you guys are at. What are you doing?
Perceiving the area.
I'll do detect magic on the waterfall after I introduce this to everyone as the tour guide that I am. And this is the waterfall.
And you have dark vision, right?
I do.
So with your kind of black and white vision you have, you can see through the waterfall a bit, and you can see. Go and roll me a perception.
19.
19. Okay, so you can see that through this waterfall, there's kind of a larger cavern, lots of vegetation around, and there's like a pool kind of in the center of the room through here with a little kind of stone bridge over it. It's barely a bridge. It's almost submerged in the water as well. And as you're casting your detect magic, you can tell that there is an aura of magic coming from that pool beside the bridge. You don't detect any other magic in the room from where you're standing behind the waterfall.
And all of this is behind the waterfall?
Yep.
Okay.
On the other side of it from you.
So, with my magic reptile eyes, I see through this waterfall, and there's a cavern beyond. There's a pool with some sort of magical. I'm getting a magical feeling, some type of vibe. So, if we go through there, that's, I assume, the way on. Not sure
When did you get
what's in
these
there.
eyes again?
This morning, I woke up just feeling just super reptile weird. It was just. I'm not sure. I've heard my eyes look different. I
A
can't
little.
really see them though.
A little. I don't know if you'd want to, but I'm glad they're useful.
I am as well. So,
Chase,
Yeah.
did they tell us anything about like what these people were wearing or any of their gear or anything?
They did not. They just
Okay.
gave you general descriptions.
Okay.
Um,
And how long ago again?
So they disappeared about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I want to cast my own detect magic just to verify.
Okay. Yeah, you also get an aura of magic coming kind of from the same general area. Though you don't have dark vision, right? Or do you?
I have low light.
Low light. Okay, so you can't really see the pool, but you get the aura of magic kind of coming from that same general vicinity.
Well, let us go.
Fine.
Dora has her sword out, and will push on.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. As soon as
I'll
they found the
follow.
ritual table, I feel like Dorian would have had his sword out. Probably even before that, to be honest.
So torch in one hand, sword in the other.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Same
my
with
healer's
Irina.
kit on my belt, by the way. I have it strapped to my belt, so it's accessible as needed.
Smart. Okay. So you guys are all walking under.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you guys walk through the waterfall. You get a little wet. Your torches get drenched and go out. So those of you who do not have dark vision are now drenched in darkness.
Follow me over here. Can I lead them to like a place where we can get torches out again?
Yeah.
So
Are you
I'll direct them.
okay? Yeah. You get through the waterfall. Waterfall is not like super big. It's just kind of like you walk through it and it's done.
Okay.
And then, do you guys have more torches? Your torches, you can imagine, are probably too wet to relight, unless you have a new one.
I have adventurers back, so that's 10 torches.
Mhm.
Okay.
Same.
Nice.
Same.
Look at you guys being prepared with your adventurers packs. Yeah. So you crack open a couple more torches.
Crack open like.
By
glow
crack
sticks.
open, I mean light with.
You
flint
shake
and
the
stone.
gunpowder and then just
Yeah.
Chase, quick reminder thing
Mhm.
with the slime ability. Did you say you get drained if you're not wet?
Yes. So you
Okay.
get drained initially anyways, but then if
Yeah.
skin becomes dry, you become like really drained.
Okay. I'll remind everyone of this. Perhaps it is not so bad to be wet like this.
But
Don't
I'm
mind
still
being
allowed
wet.
to light a torch and see, right?
Yes,
But a little
I
wet never
just
hurt anybody.
say pay attention to if you dry off. It might not be so good.
I should also point out, it would be very odd to see an aboleth here. This whole shrine to one and the Aslanti style drawings and everything, this is all very out of place for your location.
Okay, Sadiq, now where?
Also, be careful for the icy stare from this one. Don't want anyone becoming icicles now, do we?
I do not think her stare is what you have to be careful of.
Then you clearly don't know her.
Or we just
Sad-
haven't annoyed her enough.
That too. Give it some time. Everyone annoys her.
We're wasting time talking about expressions. Shall we continue on?
Aye.
So as the torches are relit, you can see there's only one other exit out of this room. So what's your guys' kind of marching order, and are you continuing on?
I would be. I mean, I don't want to lead because I don't have a torch or dark vision, but I will be right by Wiz, whether he's leading or whatever.
Wiz wants to go look at the pool real fast. That pool of water.
Irina wants to go that way as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna perceive, see if there's anything in it. Detect magic closely just to see if that's exactly where it's from.
Sure. Okay. So you guys are approaching this pool. Wiz, you cast your detect magic, and you can kind of pinpoint where the thing is in this pool. This pool's not terribly deep, though the water is a little bit murky. And as you go look at the pool, we're actually going to roll initiative. So let's go over to our Roll20 map. Oh, look at that nat 20
For my perception.
initiative.
Well, I had rolled it before. Can I keep it?
Oh yeah, go for it. All right. Let's get you guys over to this map. Did I move you guys with me? Yes, I did. Very good. Okay. So you guys are coming from over here, right? Heading towards this exit over here. So I imagine you guys are probably looking at this pool. Let's get your tokens on the board. We've got Wiz checking out the pool. Now, the aura of magic is coming from approximately right here, Wiz. And then Dora was also... It was Irina checking out the pool, right?
Irina said, yeah, but I would be right by Wiz. I'm not gonna let him go far away from me.
Okay.
Orion would be bringing up the rear.
Okay.
The
And
back
then,
flank.
Irina, would you be looking in the same portion of the pool? Or, where would you be at in general? Here's your token. Place yourself in your curious position of looking at the pool. You're not actually hurt, right? Okay. And then Dorian, here's your token. So go ahead and put yourselves where you would be at.
I think I'm in a great place. You did wonderful.
Oh, good. Okay. So that's where you guys are going to be at. Now, Wiz, as you're detecting magic, looking a little closer at this pool, there is splash followed by splash, followed by splash, followed by splash. And you see these skeletal figures kind of rise up out of the water. So I'm going to go ahead and put those.
Oh, baby, we were made for this.
And let's go ahead and show chat what these kind of look like here. This is what they look like. And Wiz, you can tell as this thing splashes out of the water because you were kind of still mid-cast. The magic is coming from these kind of epaulette tassel-looking things that are on the shoulders of the one right in front of you.
But there's none on the other ones. It's just the one in front of me?
Just that one in front of you.
Okay.
And I'll mark him with a little special symbol here. A little gold symbol because they're gold. Okay, and then My combat tracker was not working, at least earlier. Let's see. Let me get this set up. Wiz, get you on front so you can see your health. And hey, my combat tracker is working just in time. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get the initiative set up here. Now, just to make sure, tell me if your modifier is wrong here at all. Dorian, is yours a 12?
It is. Sorry.
Wiz, 11?
Yep, that's right.
Irina, 11?
Yes.
And Dora, 8?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's including scouting bonuses and everything, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Awesome.
Oh, JK, sorry. That I go up by 2.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, you're totally fine. So in that case, we've got Dora, Dorian, enemy, Wizwazar, enemy, Irina. So are you guys ready? Here we go. Dora, it's your turn. Nope, just kidding. It's Dora's turn.
Oh my gosh, what's happening?
I'm dragging you everywhere because I broke.
Okay.
There you go. It's your turn.
Okay. Okay, they're coming out of the pool. Correct? That's
Yep.
all that's happened.
Yep,
so
they
far?
are
Okay.
standing up. It's like just their kind of like shoulders above the water. And you can see that they are wielding weapons. Yeah.
Oof. Okay, I think like without even missing a beat, Dora instantly goes into a rage. I think Glasha, her ancestor, just sees skeletons and is like, so I will rage, I will step up, and then I will ready. Well, I guess I can reach this guy, huh?
Yeah, you totally can.
Okay, I will attack.
Okay, and what are you entering in your rage? Positive or negative?
Oh, we're gonna do positive for show.
What does that look like? 'Cause I think it's the first time.
Yeah,
you've
that's
raged
true. I did
positive.
negative last time. Okay, so it looks kind of similar, except her eyes go white again, and then her sword kind of has like this like wispy. It's just like white energy kind of thing. It's just sort of wisping off of her sword.
Nice. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so you step up to this thing. You can see it's kind of raising this big great axe out of the water. And go ahead and make me your attack.
Okay. Hiya. 23 to hit.
23 is going to hit.
Okay, that is 12 damage.
And so when you hit this thing, those wisps of energy that are flying around your weapon here, they swirl around this, and you can see like these glowing cracks open up on it, and it seems very effective. And that's actually going to be 17 damage.
Cool. Okay. Dora / Glasha right now like just smiles big.
Nice. Okay, and that was your turn, yeah?
Mhm.
Okay, Dorian, you're up.
Sweet. Dorian's going to move up. Stride. Then he's going to try and disarm this great axe out of the guys. This.
Yeah, so you're
skeleton's
stepping
hand.
into the water, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so it's you couldn't really tell how deep it was, but you could gather before, and it's probably about 5 feet deep. So
Okay. Yeah, I figured since we could see them, unless they were giant skeletons. But
yeah, no. So you're pretty wet now, but like I guess you were from the waterfall anyway. So continue.
Yeah. So he's gonna try and disarm this fellow.
Okay.
31.
Okay, a 31 is a critical success. So you're gonna knock that right out of his hand.
Perfect. Panache, correct?
Yep.
Just okay.
And his
'Cause he's
great
gonna
axe goes splashing into the water.
Ah, glorious. Yeah, he's gonna go straight into a confident finisher.
Okay.
There we go. 23 to hit.
Okay, a 23 is going to hit.
Perfect. 16 damage.
And that is piercing damage, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, 16 piercing damage. Okay. You got it. And that's Dorian's turn, correct?
That is.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
just for the sake of knowing what's going on, Dorian, did you drop your torch on the ground, or do you still have it?
It's still in my hand.
Okay,
So he has rapier in one hand, torch in the other. Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So it is this one's turn over here. So this thing is going to stride up out of the water. Maybe. There we go. My roll 20 froze for a second. Apologies. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it is going to stride again here. And then it is going to attack Dora.
Bring it, Skelly.
That is a 27 to hit you.
That will hit me. I have my reaction though, right?
Your blessing reaction?
Yes.
You do.
Okay, I want to use it.
Okay. So that means he takes electricity damage equal to your level. So he's going to take 4 damage. And then he's going to become slowed 1. So, he kind of cuts you with this axe here. It slashes across your shoulder. But as he does, there's some lightning that kind of crackles from you, and it zaps him and then kind of starts frosting over the bones.
How much damage?
It did. You took 8 damage.
Okay, and that is before you've subtracted anything for me, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Correct. And that's its turn. This one is going to step up over to here. And this one is going to do a swipe attack, and it's going to hit Dora and Dorian. Dorian, you are flat-footed.
Ooh.
That's a nat 20.
Go ahead and re-roll that again, please.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a hero point on that one.
Okay, hero point for Dorian. That's a good call. That would have crit both of you. That is that's a 27.
It's
a hit,
actually a 29 because our bars clear the hell over to the villain side.
Thank you. It is a 29 against Dora and Dorian. That's against both your armor classes.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Dorian's going to nimble dodge to make it a hit, but not a crit.
Okay. And does that crit you, Dora? Does not, right? Okay. So would you like to use the nimble dodge reaction? Okay. So yeah, both of you are taking 7 damage from this. And then when he slashes, this nasty rancid seaweed kind of comes flying off his arms with his swing. I need both of you to make me a fortitude save. Okay, Dorian, you are...
That's a 12.
You are sickened 1.
I got
until
28.
A 28. Okay. You are fine, Dora. This seaweed smells so terrible, you just start gagging. So you're taking a -1 to all your rolls until you spend an action to retch.
Of course.
Okay.
Not me, though.
Not you. You're totally fine. Wiz, your turn.
All right. This is a little close for me. So, I'm gonna assume they don't have op attacks because they're a little weird, gangly sea creature, basically. Not really sea creature, but so I'm gonna move away and try to save myself.
Yep.
So I'll use 1 action to move.
Okay. No op attack for you.
When I get over here, is this like little leafy thing an edge, or is it like, can I go down more, or is it like another
it's just
level?
kind of it's you can just move through it.
Okay.
It's just some like vegetation.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over here. Make sure I'm 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, I'm still a little bit close for Irina. I'm gonna go over here, and I know that I'm pretty sure lifelink is a 30 foot. If it's not, I'll do it before I leave.
Yeah, no, you're good. It's 30 foot.
Okay, so I'm gonna first action move away. Second action cast lifelink on Dura. And I looked at it last time. We had done like a 3rd level thing, but I don't have 3rd level spells yet, so it's still actually the 1st level.
Oh, okay, cool.
It should just be the 1st level. So
Okay.
she would heal for 1d4 right off the bat if she's taken damage. It looks like she's taken 1, so she'll minimum get 1, and so she should be topped off.
Okay.
And then as my last action, I'm going to take out my scroll of heal,
Uh-huh.
and that's my 3 actions.
Which level?
Oh, probably the 1st level. I have
level.
2 of them, so I'll take out 1 of them.
Cool. Okay, it's this one's turn. This one is going to swipe at Dora and Dorian. So this roll will be against both of your ACs here.
Is this the one that doesn't have an axe right now?
Ah, you're right. It is.
Oh, good.
So never mind. It's gonna punch you with a fist, Dorian.
Fine. I'll take that.
Pointing out that he doesn't have an axe.
That's a 24 versus your armor class.
That hits.
26.
26. Thank you, Katie.
It still hits.
Okay, that's going to be 7 slashing damage as it claws you across the cheek.
Ow.
Then it's going to pick up its great axe for its second action. And then it is going to swing at just you, Dorian.
That's fair.
The 14.
That misses.
Okay, that's its turn. This one's going to go. This one. 1 move. 2 moves. And it is going to swing at Irina there. That is a 21 versus your armor class, Irina.
Yeah, that's right on.
Okay, that's going to be 11 slashing damage. And you need to make me a fortitude save as seaweed, rancid seaweed kind of flies all over your face.
20.
Okay, you're good. It's your turn, Irina.
I'm going to step here,
Okay.
and then I'm going to hit this one.
Okay.
23.
That is going to hit.
Okay, that is 7 damage.
Okay.
And then it'll hit again. That's a minus 5, 20.
Okay, that hits again.
Okay,
You're
7 more
attacking with
damage.
a short sword, you said, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
7 more damage.
Okay. Yeah, so your magical short sword kind of cuts through the bones here. Now, as you like pierce through it, it kind of goes through some bones, but you almost feel like you can feel some cartilage between the bones on these ones.
Hmm.
Okay. So step, attack. It's back to you, Dora.
Okay. Glosha's just loving this. This is what she was made for. So I can sweep if they're both within my reach, right? They don't have to be next to each other.
Let's see. Swipe. They may have to be
Or I can
adjacent.
swipe.
Let's see.
Do they have to be adjacent? Let's see. Each of whom must be within your melee reach and adjacent to the other. Okay.
Right.
Move over, Dorian.
So these
Okay.
two are adjacent right here.
Oh, that's the dice was covering. Okay, cool. In
It's
that
your turn and he
case,
will.
in that case, I will step up
Uh-huh.
and I will swipe at these guys.
Okay. So you make one attack roll and it applies to both.
Yes. Oh wow, what am I even clicking on right now?
And
Come
the
on.
affirmation bar just took a little bit of a back and forth. Jason moved it to good and
so
Kim moved
who
it right
knows
back
what's
to evil.
happening right now?
It's
Okay.
still on evil.
That is a 30.
Woo! That is going to be a big old crit on both.
Yes. Okay. Oh man, last time when I rolled critical damage, it got all wonky. So we'll see if it does that again. Oh, okay. 18? Does that
Okay.
seem right?
Let's see. I'll check the math on that one. So it rolled 4d10. No, that's not correct.
Okay.
you
Can I
have a-
just
you have a
roll
s-
another attack and add it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Do that.
Okay, this is just for the damage.
Okay, so it's 20 plus 16 plus 10 because you're doing positive damage, correct?
Yes.
and they're weak to it.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, how do you do it? What kind of epic maneuver you use?
Okay.
These two. Skeletons?
So I just like turn. I don't even care about Dorian, and I just
Hmm.
take my falchion and I just like cleave them both down the middle, and I think that the the white wisp kind of stuff like leaves almost like a chemtrail in the air
Nice.
and just like splits both of these skellies. And I can they like kind of like disintegrate into like little dust piles?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, they
Okay.
just pretty much turn straight to ash with like
Okay.
golden trails of light falling down.
Excellent.
Okay.
And then for my other turn, I will move here.
And actually, that
Or,
was
sorry,
all
my
three of your
other action.
actions because you stepped.
Oh, that's
and
right.
then-
It counts as 2 attacks. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay, Dorian, your turn.
Luckily, Dorian cares about Dorian, and that's enough. He's going to take a dance around this guy with him for his move for 15 feet of his movement. And try and put his back against the wall there, and then he's going to hurl to get rid of the sickened condition. And he just wants to, straight into the skeleton's face.
Okay. Yeah,
Give it back. They gave it. He gives it back. And then last, he wants to dueling parry. He's gonna go into a dueling parry stance. Give the AC bonus.
Okay. And that's your turn.
Yep.
Okay. So it is this one. So this one turns around towards you and is going to try to make an attack. Actually, you know what? No, it's not. They don't. They kind of, when they see their allies turn to dust, they're both going to look towards Dora. This one's going to step.
Yes, come to me.
And they're going to both attack you.
Let's be real. It's because I threw up in his face.
It's like, ew, gross.
Oh, excuse me. Okay, affirmation bar is now 1 step towards good, so we're only at +1 for the enemies now. So that's a 24.
That will hit.
Okay, that's going to be 16 slashing damage. Any reactions for you on this one?
Which one is hitting me?
This one right here.
Yeah, okay.
Wiz takes 3 of
Yeah,
that.
sure.
Okay, so you only take 13, and then any other modifiers you have.
Yeah, it's gonna get cut in half because I'm resistant to damage from undead creatures, right?
Oh yeah, how much resistance do you have from it?
Oh, that's a good point. Let's see. Raging resistance. It just says you resist negative damage, as well as damage dealt by the attacks and abilities of undead creatures.
Interesting. Cut it in half for now, and then I'll look into it on the break.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, awesome. So and then Wiz takes 3 of it, and then you do the halving. And so that's that one's turn.
Wiz takes 3 first, and then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
And then this one here is going to swing at you. And that is going to be a 14.
That's gonna be a no.
Okay. Wiz, your turn.
All right. It looks like they seem to have this under control, so I'm actually just going to cast this heal as a 2 action on Dorian so that he can be a little bit healthier than he is now. So that I just roll a d8, right?
Correct. Oh, so you're doing a 2 action heal on Dorian?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's a level 1 still, though, right?
So it's going to be 2d8 plus, or sorry, a d8 plus 8.
Okay, so it's going to be 6 plus 8, which is 24 or 14. Excuse me.
Okay, Dorian heals for 14.
And then you're welcome. So that's 2 actions, and then as my other action, I'm actually going to move up a bit closer, just so I'm stay well within range.
Okay,
That's my turn.
Arena, you're up.
First, I need to heal for 50% of the damage that I did.
Ah,
Also, I have bugs that should be helping us.
Right.
now.
Okay. Yeah. So the bugs start swarming around these enemies. They start. You can see that they're like kind of tearing apart little pieces of flesh that are still dangling off the bones here.
Good. Is it double moving once I hit the water?
Yeah, every square costs 2 because that is rough terrain.
I can still get to here.
Okay.
Flank this one. 19.
Okay, 19 is going to hit.
3 damage.
Yeah, so how do you do it?
She just goes behind, looks through some of the bones at Dora, raises an eyebrow, and hooks her sword in and yanks the spine out so that it just crushes down.
Nice. Okay.
And I'm going to heal for 1 from that.
Okay.
I might. And then she'll aid Dora's attack with her own attack. I know it'll take the penalty, but she'll try to aid Dora.
Okay. What kind of attack is she doing from a distance?
Oh, wait, no, hold on then. She wants to point out a weakness.
So that would be religion for these creatures.
Great. I can roll a religion.
Cool. All right, it's your turn, Dora.
Okay, I figured it out. It's resistance 5,
Okay, awesome.
which was the amount that I
Actually
reduced
worked
it by
out.
anyway.
Yeah, worked out.
Okay. So Irina's helping me?
Yeah,
Or
so
trying to?
she can use her reaction, and you can do that now.
Got
Nope, I'm going to nat 1 my religion.
She actually throws you off base here and gives you a -1 to this attack.
it. Oof, okay. But I am flanking, right? With Dorian?
Yes, you are. So it
Okay.
is flat-footed.
All right, easy peasy. I'll just hit it.
Okay.
So no, I'm guessing not.
Does that include the -1 already?
It does not.
So that actually misses by 1.
Dang it. Okay, Dora shoots you a really raged out look, like even more than you've seen from Dora. Dora's pretty like passive and not super emotional, but like she looks furious at you, Irina, and then she'll swing again at the
Okay.
skeleton.
And no penalty on this one.
Shouldn't have made a comment about her coins.
Okay, that is. Wait, where did it? Oh, 21.
That hits.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll the damage.
I don't know why it doesn't roll the damage like that for me. This is just for damage.
Uh-huh. Okay,
20, and then it's forceful, so it gets, I don't know, more damage.
yeah, so it's your second attack of the round, so it gets +2. And then that is positive damage, so how do you do it?
So I, Irina points out some kind of weird weakness, and I try to go for it, and it, doesn't work at all. And then I just bring my falchion around, and I split it right down the middle.
Nice. And it kind of crackles with this golden energy of the positive, and there's bugs kind of tearing the pieces of bone apart to ash.
Yeah, it's not gold, it's just, really bright white. Just, searing
Nice.
white.
I like that. Okay, and we are out of initiative.
Okay. Dora, continues, she's gripping her sword hard, and she's, breathing heavy, and she just kind of, walks around, stalks around, looking for other things to kill.
Awesome. Okay. What are you guys doing?
Wiz is hiding in the bush. That was better than last time.
Do you even remember last time?
Bits and pieces.
Yeah.
The ones that were flying over my head, those bits and pieces.
Ah, of course. Your strategy was better this time.
Aye.
I will say. I mean, it wasn't your fault. Who would have guessed that Etin would have come out of nowhere? But does she usually do this? The stalking after a fight?
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. I'm amped up too, but
that's kind of why I'm still in the bushes.
ah,
She'll eventually calm down after a few seconds, and then blink, and her eyes go back normal, and she looks around panicked. And are you hiding, Wiz?
I'm half hiding. I'm talking to Dorian, so you could find me very easily.
Okay. She looks around panicked for just a moment, and then rushes over and says, "Sadiq, are you okay?"
Hi, I'm great. And you're great too. I saw that you got a little bit of gash there on your shoulder.
It is nothing.
Well, you're looking good. I'll drop the life link. It drops after a minute anyway, so.
I could, if we spend a little bit here, I could heal you up for that. Patch it up if you wanted.
Also, affirmation is now +1 to you guys. Call out for Dora to let Pharasma guide you and your hits from Kim.
Thanks, Kim/Pharasma.
Awesome. And so, since we just finished a combat here, we're actually going to go ahead. Let's take our break. So, chat, we will be back at about 9:15, and we will continue on. Okay, we're back, everybody. Thank you for letting us take a break and for hanging out. Welcome back to Tabletop Treasure Hunters. So, on the break, I really quickly went over loot with our heroes here. They looted around the room. They found 50 gold coins in this pool, or 50 gold's worth of gems and coins that are kind of been scattered throughout this whole cave. And then the kind of golden tassel type things on the shoulders of the one Draugr was, what am I going to say? I blanked on the name. Epaulettes, Golden Legion Epaulettes. So basically, they let you shout out a command, and if your allies coordinate and follow it, they get a plus to their rolls. They go on your shoulders. They're invested. So yeah, that is for the loot. Also, I had some questions that I saw on the break regarding blessings. We have all of our heroes maxed on their current blessings. People are asking what happens if I want to still give them a blessing. You can. If you bless somebody who's already maxed out on a major blessing, they start up a second blessing. So we're going to see that in action right now for Dora, because Kim has given Dora a blessing
Thank you,
here.
Kim/Pharasma today.
And let's see, you're currently blessed by Gazra, right? So that means that you are blessed by the neutral deities today. So we're going to roll up another neutral deity. And that is going to be Nethys. So you're getting Nethys's minor blessing. So you choose one. You gain +2 to your spell DCs and spell attack rolls, or gain +2 to your AC and saving throws versus magic.
This is a tough one.
What will you choose?
I think I've got to go with the AC and saving throws.
Seems,
I think that's what I got to do.
Seems pretty good. So you've got like massive AC against magic right now between those two blessings. So awesome. And I think that is everything caught up from chat. So before we left, the adventurers here are exploring a sea cave. They've been in this cave now for approximately an hour and 20 minutes. They know it's going to flood in 6 hours. So far, it feels like you guys are doing pretty good. What are you guys doing?
Well, we just went scuba diving for coins, so we should probably get out of here.
Okay. So there was only one exit to this room with the skeletons. And as you guys are exiting, so we're going to continue doing our maze mechanic here. Now, who's leading? Is it still Wiz?
If nobody else speaks up, then yes.
Okay. So
you did
Wiz,
great the last time.
as you're continuing onwards here, the kind of pattern that's been happening of it going down is stopping. Everything's kind of leveling out at this point. There's no tracks. There is no nothing really to follow. It's just kind of random maze at this point. You do, however, see all of these kind of strange scratchings on the wall. These are arcane symbols. So I need somebody, if you would like to try to get a bonus from this, somebody can try to roll an Arcana on these symbols if anybody is ranked in that.
I'm trained in it.
Yeah, trained is good enough. So somebody can lead, somebody can assist.
What does Arena have?
It's a 6, so you should probably lead it.
Yeah, I have a 7, so...
Okay. So Arena does not assist, but
No.
what do you got, Wiz?
I got a 16.
A 16. Okay. Go ahead and roll me a d6. Let's see where we go.
A 2.
A 2. Okay, so these symbols, you can tell that they're kind of like leading somewhere or trying to lead and hint in a certain direction, but you're having a hard time following them. You guys spend 20 minutes and don't make any progress. So you're now at an hour and 40 minutes in here. Yeah. Let's try another Arcana roll. Let's try again.
This isn't the right way. So me again.
Uh-huh.
And what made you guess that? Is it the same little simple things that we just wrap back around to, or
I'm not sure. I got a 10.
Is this
Okay.
a thing we can use our hero points for?
This is not. No, this is not a
Okay.
recall knowledge. This is kind of trying to find
Okay.
your direction. And Arena did it, so that's an 11. So go ahead and roll me another d6, Wiz.
Ugh. It's taking a second.
No, you're good.
6 this time.
6. You guys have rolled so good overall.
Oh, good.
But I will mention, if there hadn't been the chalk drawings, there would have been a complication there. But you guys are kind of basically getting a permanent +1 to that since you guys have the chalk idea. So nice job.
nice
Good
work?
job, Dura.
Nice work.
Okay. So you finally start to catch on to how these symbols are kind of patterning you to a certain location. Irina, you're going to hear in your head, "You're getting close. Keep following it. You will not be disappointed. Follow the small one." Do you say anything, or are you just going to continue following? Okay. Wiz, up ahead as you're leading, you hear some sobbing. It sounds like it's coming from two figures. You hear a male voice and a female voice just sobbing.
Can I perceive, like, I stop, and can I try to perceive to hear what they're saying?
Uh-huh. Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception.
Is that a thing you can assist on, or can I do my own?
You can
or-
do your own. Mhm.
Okay.
I got a 13.
Yeah, all you hear is soft sobbing.
There's people ahead. Can you hear that?
I got 22.
Dora, you feel like you can hear a female voice under the sobbing saying, "It's been so long. You'll never find us.
He'll never find us, or they'll never find us?
They'll never find us."
Okay. There was a female elf that they said was with this party, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Does Irina hear that?
This is 17.
17 does not hear. He just hears the sobbing.
Okay. Dora will like listen closely and then turn back to the group and say, "They said something about it has been so long they will never find us. Perhaps this is the female elf we are looking for."
Hey, that's probable. Should we go in then?
Yes.
Hello? Is somebody speaking?
Oi there. It's
Thanks.
definitely someone speaking.
You see two figures kind of around a corner of the cavern.
Before they pop in here, Dora just will nudge Wiz and say, "Remember, these creatures, they use mind control. Be careful."
He'll nod.
So you see two figures turn the corner. They're in very tattered clothing. There is a human male, a red-haired elf female. And they come turn the corner looking very afraid at all of you. Hello?
Oi
Does
there.
the man have one eye, or does he have a normal face?
He has a normal face.
A normal
Okay.
number of eyes.
A normal number of
the normal
average
number
number
of
of
eyes.
eyes. Okay.
Hello there.
Are you lost too?
We're not lost yet. At least we're not sure if we're lost yet. We're probably not lost. How long have you been down here?
I don't know. It
A
feels
number
like a
of days?
lifetime.
Long time. What's your
Yes.
name?
I don't know. My head feels funny. I don't even remember anymore.
Can I do sense motive?
Uh-huh. Yeah, go ahead and roll sense perception.
30.
They seem to be. Yeah, no, you feel like something's off, for sure.
Irina folds her arms and stands back.
Also, we have a blessing for Wiz from Brian. So,
Thank you.
You're already at major, right? So this is going to a
Yeah.
new blessing for you. And you're blessed by the evil deities today. So
Yay!
let's see what we got. Well, it's Glonder, who has like come up on an absurd number of rolls. So some of these bugs kind of start fluttering around you now as well, Wiz.
You were so nice to the
It's
bugs that they
contagious.
were like, "Oh, we'll hang out with Wiz now."
So that will stack up, and enemies will become drained too at the start of every fight here.
Awesome.
It's contagious.
Well, can you help us get out then?
Where is the rest of your group?
Dead. They drowned.
Can I sense motive that?
Yeah, go roll perception. Now you're sensing some deceit.
Okay.
Such
Dora's gonna
high
kind of
perception rolls.
very, well, not like sneakily, but she's just gonna very like calmly kind of grab the hilt of her sword. I do not think you are telling me everything that you know.
You're right. We had to kill them. They were going to try to eat us. We've been in here for weeks. He kind of like breaks down and starts crying. It was horrible. It's the worst thing I've ever had to do. Are you trapped by the cave-in?
And maybe we are. Maybe not.
Can I sense motive?
Yeah, can Dorian sense motive
response?
that?
Yeah.
The guys are just now picking up on this.
23.
30.
Dorian, you feel for this person. You feel like that's terrible. He's definitely telling the truth. Wizwazar, you feel like he's not.
It seems a wee bit off that you'd eat your party members.
We didn't
something's
eat
wrong.
them. We did not eat them. They tried to eat us.
Oh, you killed them.
Yes.
Well,
Sorry, I
In
misunderstood.
self-defense.
Yeah, if someone was trying to eat me, and he looks directly at Irina. Yeah, if someone was trying to eat me, I would definitely defend myself as well. So
Don't be
that's understandable.
barbaric.
Oh,
We have a blessing for Dorian's hair from Toby.
Thanks, Toby.
He gets extra coiffed.
Oh yeah, all of a sudden it's just like even a little bit more feathered than lethal, and just like
Feathered and lethal.
Speaking of lethal, you're blessed by Callistria now.
yes.
The minor blessing is you feel more capable of deceptive and agile movements. Whenever a creature misses you with an attack, you gain they gain the flat-footed condition for a round. In addition, whenever you damage a flat-footed creature, increase your damage by your level.
Nice.
That is awesome. Thank you, Toby.
Dora's gonna glance at Wiz because she's noticed he's continued to question them, and just kind of like, with like a, I don't know how to describe the look, but kind of like a, like is
A knowing look.
yeah, like is everything cool or is like something up with these people?
He shakes his head and looks over at them.
You're going to leave us.
Dora
You're
will
going to leave us.
She'll pull out her sword, and she'll say, "We may not leave you, but I suggest you tell my friend here the truth, and this is your last chance."
He'll put up his fists. Stand back with that. We don't want to kill anybody else.
I do not think that will be your problem.
We can help you get out. We can work together.
I can help you too, but you must tell us the truth.
I'm speaking the truth. I don't know what else to tell you.
You're omitting something.
Irina wants to walk up with her sword glowing at dark blue. You want to try again, or do you want to die here?
He looks at you super nervous, starts breathing kind of shakily, and then we're gonna roll initiative. Let me bring you guys over to the proper map.
Such the diplomat.
Chase, can I make a retcon intimidation check?
Oh yeah,
I feel like
for
that's
sure.
what I was doing.
Yeah,
I just
go for
didn't
it.
call for it. Okay. Okay, that's a 23. Wait, do we have the thing nudged in our favor? Is that adding +1 to Is it all? No.
Yep, all d20
All-
rolls.
Okay, so 24.
Can I assist?
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm not going to assist.
But I think you were very scary in your own right.
Just no more scary than you already were.
It's the
So-
bugs.
There's like one that like crawls down your face. I don't know if
It's
that would
kinda
add or
perfect.
take away from the intimidation.
Let's see. Let me grab your miniatures here. Where were you guys at? We were at the bridge.
These maps are so pretty, but horrible things happen on them.
Right. Okay. So you guys are coming through this passageway here. Then we have. I thought I grabbed a red-headed elf, but I grabbed a purple-headed elf, and that's what we're working with now. So here we are.
Shame.
It all looks the same in the dark. It's fine.
And Arena, you're the one who walked up, correct? And then I think Dorian's probably kind of tailing back a little bit because the other two have been a little more actively engaged.
Yeah, he's brought up the rear for the group for most of this.
Okay, so we're gonna
He's
have you
engaged
guys
with
like
his
that.
hair.
Now, so what happens here before I roll initiative is he looks kind of terrified, and then his expression just turns to anger, and his skin just looks like it explodes off of his body.
I knew it!
And he is going to turn into one of these.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
Okay, so let me put one of these right in front of Arena here,
Ugh.
and I'm going to roll the initiative. We're just gonna, the jig is up, so we're getting rid of her. Guess what? She's one too.
The news is out.
Okay.
They finally found us.
Ugh, you can see
The
all its
renegade?
guts and stuff.
Had it made.
Okay, and Dora, I need to increase yours by 3, correct? Because the marker and the +2 for the scouting.
Oh, I haven't rolled yet. Did that just...
It rolls for everybody.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mhm.
Yes. Wait,
Okay.
what's giving me the +3? I have a +2.
And then the +1 for the affirmation bar, because it's a d20 roll.
Oh, yeah. Yep, okay.
And then Arena, you're 14, Wiz, you're a 13. Okay. So we have got Dora, Dorian, enemy, Arena, Wiz. And
Okay.
you guys ready to go?
Yeah.
Combat music on. Dora, it's your turn.
Okay.
You see this thing rip off its skin, and in turn, the one right back here rips off her skin right in front of Arena.
Okay. Well, I will rage.
Okay.
Okay. I'll add my 10 hit points in a second. I will rage and I will run up here.
Okay.
Wait. No, I'll run up here. And then attack.
Okay. So it is now flat-footed.
Yes. 20.
Okay, a 20 versus its flat-footed is going to hit,
Oh, and I should say I'm doing positive damage.
doing positive damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the same thing as last time. My eyes go white and the wispy, blinding white stuff gets on my sword.
Okay,
that
so
is-
in that case, you will not add your rage damage to this one.
Oh, okay. Then I'll tell you in a second because it's all baked in.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I think it's just an extra 3 that I'm getting.
Mhm,
So
I think you're
7.
correct. Awesome.
7.
Okay, 7 damage. All right, so you go up, you hit it. The wisps of energy around you don't really seem to affect this much, which immediately probably tells you this isn't undead.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and is that your turn?
Yep.
Dorian, you're up.
Wait for me. And he's gonna run up next to Irina. And grapple? Yeah, I'm gonna try and grapple this ugly meat thing.
Okay.
Faceless. Mm.
Okay, you got it.
Okay, athletics.
Remember, you guys have +1 to all your rolls.
22.
22 is not going to get it. You go to grab this thing, and it just kind of like breaks free of your grasp. It is very strong.
Ew. Feels funny. Feels funny. And he's gonna go into a dueling parry stance for his last action.
Okay. All right. It is this one's turn, and it's going to hold for this one. So this one rips her skin off as well, and then she's going to come step over to here, flanking Dora. Now you have something, right, Dora?
Yeah, if they are equal or lower level to me, I can't be flanked by them.
Okay. So you are not flanked by these.
Perfect.
Okay. So this one moves, and then it is going to attack you here with its claws. That's going to be a 22. It's got a bonus from ability the macro doesn't consider here.
22 will. This is not a spell, right? It's just
Not a
attacking
spell.
me. Okay,
Correct.
then that will meet my AC.
Okay, and you got your bonus for Gozra, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's going to be
factored in.
12 slashing damage, and then it's
Okay.
going to hit you again.
I want to react. I want to do my
Oh.
lightning
Yeah, go for it. Okay.
reaction.
So it takes 4 lightning damage, and it is slowed 1.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, there we go. That's that one's turn. Then this one is also going to attack you 3 times. First one, 25.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, that's going to be 16 slashing damage. Second one is 21.
That will not hit.
Okay, and the last one is a 22.
That'll meet again. Come
Okay.
on, Chase.
That's going to be 19 damage.
Okay.
So these things kind of come around on either side of you, and they just start tearing into your skin with these big, long claws. They look fleshy, but they cut like nails.
Yeah, that
Okay.
is about what it looks like too.
Irina, it is your turn.
Alright, Irina's sword glows that even brighter navy color. And she's going to channel Smite. And then hit this thing.
Okay. So that's cool. You already said it glows blue. Roll that attack roll.
23.
Okay, 23. It is flat-footed. That's going to hit.
And that's going to be an extra d8, I believe.
You have harming hands, correct?
Yes, so an extra 2d8. This will
What
be,
what level of spell did you put into it?
this is a first level harm.
Okay, so a D10. Extra D10.
10. Oh, that's right.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Nice.
for a full 10.
Okay, so 13 damage to this one.
I'm just
And
gonna-
your bugs from both you and Wizwizar are both swarming around these creatures.
Cool. And then since one is expended there, and then I'm just going to hit the second time because that's 2 actions.
Okay.
I am not going to hit. I'm going to nat 1, in fact.
Nat 1. That's going to be a critical fail card. So let's see what happens for Arena here. Okay. Arena, you are slowed 2 until the end of your next turn because you have to catch your breath. Something about that negative energy just took a lot out of you when you swung. You're just a little bit winded. Okay. Wiz.
All right, so Dora's not looking too hot right now. So Wiz is going to cast Lifelink on her. She'll get a 1d4 heal right off the bat. So let me roll that.
Mm-hmm. And this is your second lifelink, so this puts you into your second phase of your
Yep.
turn, correct?
On purpose.
Nice.
So you heal for 3 right off the bat. And then I'm going to cast the 2-action heal version. And since I have my moderate curse, it's going to be d12s instead of d8s
Huge.
for healing.
Okay.
So the 2-action one is going to be, and I'm doing this at level. Well, how much is she at now? 21 of 64.
Mhm.
I'll do this at level 2.
Okay, so that's 2d12 plus 16.
Yes.
Dang, that is some fat healing.
Some big heals.
Yes. It's rolling.
That is a
So
big
get
roll. too.
35 hit points back.
Jeez.
Is that
And
with
that
the
is-
16?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
plus the 16. And that's my whole turn.
Okay.
He goes, Dura, no!
Okay, and
Oh.
your claw marks just start patching up. For the most part, you still got some scratches, and it's your turn, Dora.
Okay. I will continue to attack the one that's flanked. Where? This one. That's the one I want. 25.
That hits.
Okay, that's 20 damage.
That is-
Because I'm taking off the divine or the positive damage, right?
Oh my goodness, how do you do it?
Oh. Okay. So I kind of was feeling bad because I got all scratched up, and then Wiz like calls out, and Dora just turns around, and as she's turning, she just cuts off this thing's head, and it goes flying off into the bushes over here.
Nice. And as the head flies, its body like melds and turns into all these different forms of like different people, and then like kind of turns into goop.
Oh, that's rather horrifying.
Man, you and Arena get stuff dead quick.
Yeah. And then I will attack the other one.
Okay.
Oh, I rolled the ignore that. That's the wrong one.
Okay.
That's a 17.
Okay, a 17. This one's not flat-footed, so that's gonna miss.
Okay. I will try and intimidate it.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll.
I just chopped this other one in half, so why not?
Wow.
28.
That's gonna be a crit success, so this thing is frightened too.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, he's frightened and slowed. And Dorian, it's your turn.
Perfect. He's gonna look over to Irina. Breathe. Come on. We're gonna have to work on your breathing while you go into combat, obviously. He's gonna run off and move. I'm good to stand on that edge, right?
Yep. You'll have to roll an acrobatics actually to balance if you're going to attack.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you're.
Oh
good.
no, that's a nat 1.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
no.
that's your nat one.
That's a nat 1.
Oh, well, you would have been good, but no. Dorian falls into some water, and your turn ends.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Chad.
Were you in panache? Because you're not anymore. If you were.
No, I was not in panache.
Okay.
Idiot.
He's following her directions. Get wet.
Okay. This guy is going to attack Dora. Just gonna keep going for it here.
What does frightened do for?
Minus
hitting-
2 to like everything, so
Okay.
that's gonna be a 13.
That is, yeah, it's a miss.
It's kind of quivering as it slashes at you, and then it's gonna go for one more, and that is going to be a 22.
Dang it!
Right on the money.
Chase, how
again.
many times?
That's gonna be 14 damage,
Okay.
and its turn is over because it's slowed.
And
So
I
its
take
movements
3
are-
of that.
Oh, right.
Movements are kind of slowed from the frost kind of crusting over. Did you want to use your reaction again here, Dora? Or no?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it's re-slowed and it takes 4 more damage. Irina, you have a single action. You're out of breath.
She's going to spend it being exasperated at Dorian for falling off a damn ledge.
And yet I still did more than you.
And just move to here.
Okay, Wiz, your turn.
I'm muted, apparently. Okay, I'm going to cast... Oh, let me get back to my spells tab, sorry. I think I'm gonna cast Guidance on Dura, and so that just gives her a +1 to an attack or, I think, saving throw for until the beginning of my next turn.
Yeah, she can just add it to a d20 roll. She calls it before the roll.
Okay, so that's a 1-action cantrip, so I'll cast that, and then I'm gonna do trying to figure out if I should do shield other or no, that's level 2. I'm just gonna do let's see. Sorry, I'm having
you're
my
good.
Felicia brain of like, where's my thing supposed to go?
You have a whole 126 seconds
Yeah,
left.
you got
so.
plenty of time.
Okay, perfect. I'll just sit here quietly for 120 seconds and then in the last 6 seconds say what I'm doing. I think that I will cast just a first. Well, I'll do a soothe because I took a feat that lets me get some cleric spells, and so I'm gonna cast a soothe.
Nice.
Just it's a first level spell, 2 actions, so
That's such a cool oracle feat.
it's such a cool oracle feat. So it's just a 1d10 plus 4, and it doesn't impact any of my other stuff.
Neato, go for it.
Well, how many actions is it to take out a scroll? Is it just 1 action?
So, if you have like a accessible scroll case, I let you draw and cast it. It's
Oh.
like the same 2 actions.
Okay.
So yeah.
But that's casting at like a. If I did like a heal, it'd be a first 1 action heal, so draw and then cast a 1 action. Or would it be?
Yeah, so
Okay.
it'd be as many actions as it is to cast, as long as you have it accessible in like a scroll case or belt. If you have to like
Yeah.
dig in a bag for it, then you have to spend an action to pull it out.
Okay, well then I would rather pull out my other level 1 scroll of heal because I do have a case for it and everything. So it's
Okay.
if I can do that and then do it with the 30-foot range, then I would rather do that.
Oh, so 2 action heal? Yeah, go for
Yeah.
it.
Okay. So that'll definitely be it'll be a 1d12.
Okay.
And then that'll be for the 2 action. It'll be 1d12 plus 8. Correct?
Yep.
Okay. So that's going to be 13 hit points for Dura.
Thank you much.
You're welcome.
Scratches are sealing up as fast as they're getting created. All right, Dora, your turn.
Okay, sorry, I had to heal myself up.
There you go.
Alrighty, well, just gonna keep on keeping on. Let's not hit this thing with 15. Oh,
Okay.
I didn't declare guidance, but I'll use it for the next one.
Okay, sounds good. It's a good call. Would have missed anyways.
Guidance. Oh my goodness, 17.
Yeah, that actually. Let's see. Wait, is this? No, it's not flat-footed. No, that.
Oh,
Oh, it's
dang it, I
frightened though.
should've
It's frightened too.
Oh.
That's gonna hit
Yay!
because we just
guidance!
learned like a week ago that frightened lowers AC.
Also, I should have stepped to make it flat-footed, but that's okay. It's gonna hit. 13 damage.
Okay, 13 damage it is. You cut across the thing with your falchion. It seems like
Oh, actually, that'll be 15 because it's forceful.
right. Okay, got it.
And I'll try for one more.
It's kind of jelly feeling as you cut through it, and its skin kind of melds back together as you cut it, but there's blood kind of left behind.
Yuck. 17.
17 with its frightened is
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
hit.
Yeah. Okay. And then I want damage. That is 15 again.
Okay. And how do you do it?
I'll hit this thing once. Actually, I think I hit it, and then my sword gets kind of stuck in like its like shoulder kind of neck area, and then I'm just gonna continue like and just pull my sword through.
Okay, yeah, nice. It does the same thing. It kind of shifts to all these different forms and faces this time since this one's head is attached, and then turns into goop. And we are out of initiative.
Woo!
Dorian, you are in the water.
Yep. No, Dorian's gonna pop out and just like whip his hair backwards and then like run his fingers through it, make sure it looks good still, ruffled. He's gonna look a little bit irked and pull out a third torch and light it once he gets out of the water.
Gonna burn through that whole adventurer's pack.
It's all right. I'm sure Irina will buy him another set of
No.
torches. Fine, I'm sure he'll buy himself another set of torches.
Not if you don't have access to the gold.
Fine, he'll steal Irina's torches.
The cave rumbles slightly, and all of you this time in your voices hear, "Useless. Follow the walls I create. Find what you seek." And with that, you guys are going to see like a colorful prismatic wall kind of appear parallel with this one, with some symbols pointing in a particular direction. The arrows are kind of glowing.
Is there anything? Does this seem Aboleth-ish? Like, is there something I could do to try to recognize what ability this would be?
It
Or-
does seem
okay.
aboleth-ish.
Okay.
Dorian's gonna turn to Irina. Was this why you wanted to go deeper?
There's more here.
Aye.
Wiz is gonna say to the faceless voice, "Can I rest first? I'm so exhausted."
There's no response.
That's rude. Tells us to go somewhere and then it doesn't talk to us.
How much time do we have, Sadiq?
How much time is left? Do I know?
You guys have been in here for about 2 hours, so you've got about 4 hours.
Go about 4 hours. I need like 10 minutes. I just feel so exhausted.
Okay.
Worry about protecting you if I can't take a breath.
This is wise.
I'm gonna regain a focus point.
Okay,
For,
so are we
rest
focusing for 10 minutes?
Yeah, that
Is
just gives me
anybody
one
else-
back, right?
Uh-huh, right. Is anybody else doing anything during the 10 minutes?
Dorian will
Looking
look
around where we are.
Checking around?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Dorian will come up to the other two. I guess I could patch one of you up if you'd like. Top you off. You have a bit
For
of
Sadiq.
scratches.
Yeah, Wiz is down by 6. Excuse me.
Yeah, he'll do treat wounds on Wiz.
Okay.
Just the 15th level.
Okay, go ahead and roll for it.
As this is happening, Wiz is just laying there, like breathing heavily, and he just doesn't even care.
Okay, he doesn't patch you up at all.
Nope.
It's ineffective.
I won't sit still.
No. Hey, you're supposed to be. Stop moving. You know, this was a lot easier when you were smaller.
Useless.
It's harder to keep my breath when I'm this big. How do you do it? You're basically
Training.
giants.
I mean, that one over there can't, so don't ask her.
I just imagine Arena with just this death stare in the background with like bugs swarming around her like all the time. Okay. So you guys have rested, you've patched up, you get your
Chase,
focus point back.
Am
Mhm.
I reading this correctly that I can rage as many times as I want as long as I'm not fatigued?
Yep. So 10-minute cooldown is basically what it is.
Okay.
I want to look around this room while these idiots are sitting for 10 minutes. I mean, all of them are idiots.
I mean, might I suggest
20
you catch your breath, too?
22 perception. Shut up, Dorian.
Make a will save.
Okay.
Should have listened to Dorian.
16.
Okay. Yeah, so you do see that there's a cavern exiting in this direction as well, but the wall that created is actually over here where you came from with an arrow pointing back. And you don't find anything else.
So I see 2 points now.
Sorry, what was that?
So I see 2 points of exit/entry.
Yeah, so yeah, you see 2 places. So you see where you came from and you see one other exit. But the wall that was created with the prismatic colors and the arrow is back here where you came from.
Is this like the Wizard of Oz where he's hiding behind the curtain?
Pay no attention to the man behind the bushes.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna take a dip in the pool before we go,
Okay.
and I'm going to tell Wiz to do the same when he's done resting. It is best if we are wet, I think, for this next part, in case we run into this aboleth.
I could do that. He'll stand up after he's done resting and quickly drink a lesser one of them or the lowest healing potions, just to top himself off since he didn't cooperate for Dorian.
Okay.
And then he'll follow Dura, so I'll roll that. Heal up.
Also, I will point out, somebody told me that I should mention this sometimes with recall knowledges. Just so you're aware, in case you didn't gather it, Dora, aboleths are dangerous. They're
Yes.
they're a dangerous encounter for your current skill sets.
I imagine so.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah.
Although, that's true. So, okay, hang on. While we're in this 10 minutes, I guess, Dora will bring up. We have finished the mission, I think. We know that the elf and the son are dead if they were these flesh bags.
Hmm.
No?
You're not wrong.
I
And I
wouldn't
mean, let's be
so
honest, we
sure.
probably could have said that all along and saved the trip down into this terrible place. But
One who used to be small and making the deals with Lamash to now. What is this entrance over here? She'll point.
Can I roll a knowledge on it?
You would know that it's. Oh, are you talking about the arrow, the wall, or just the other entrance?
Yeah, whatever she was pointing at.
Irina's pointing at. Weren't we on a track to go this way?
Yeah, I mean, Wiz, you would know that that was the direction that you were heading. That's your best estimate of where to go. So you're not really sure what's going on with these arrows.
Okay,
Somebody's trying to lead you somewhere.
obviously, okay.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it's not the direction we were going, to be quite honest. I'm not really sure if it's a good idea to follow it. I mean, I just met this disembodied voice 15 minutes ago, so I'm not sure if we should trust him.
The voice said to trust you and your instincts earlier. Not that you heard.
You met this person voice before us.
And
for how long?
You said nothing.
this doesn't seem like relevant information until now.
And this is why we have trust issues.
The one blessed by the mother of monsters has served its purpose.
Did we all hear that?
Uh-huh.
see?
Dorian's just gonna start snickering.
Clarified. I've got bugs now, so I'm useless. No offense to you, Irina. I'm sure that you're not useless as well. I think that we probably shouldn't follow the disembodied main voice.
I mean, we do have to go back that way to get out, I assume.
But what if
But-
there's treasure or living people? Treasure.
I mean, we do have a little bit of time before we should probably head back, but we're kind of pushing it if we want to make it out before you have to swim again. And no
Got about
offense.
40 minutes by my calculation to just mess around down here and hopefully not get stuck or die. So maybe let's turn around at 3 hours.
All right, but I'm not going to help you swim.
That's fine.
I
He
will,
looks up at Dura.
I will help Sadiq. And so will my dog Boomer.
He's ready. Okay, so what are you guys doing?
Dura?
I mean, yeah,
Not Dura,
You're-
sorry. Dorian doesn't want to talk to Dura.
Yeah, I was like, that doesn't seem.
No. Dorian is a little afraid of Dura. Not that he would ever admit that, but Irina,
Yes.
are you in control of your thoughts? Your actions? Are you gonna go run off after your new god if we go down the other way?
Do not insult me in my religions. I am in control of my mind.
So which way do you want to go?
We follow the voice.
Right. See, that would make me believe that you're not. Because everyone else wants to not follow the voice.
Has it given us a reason not to?
Well, it only talked to you first. That's a pretty big reason.
It has led us to flashbacks.
and he was mean to me.
That we have easily killed.
I do not think if we face this creature that it will be so easy.
I mean, we have to double back anyways if we want to get out, so eventually we'll follow the voice. But for now, let's go a little bit further. I vote that.
How about we just go further for 20 minutes instead of 40 minutes to get to our 3-hour mark, and then that way we've got an extra 20-minute buffer in case something goes wrong.
Fine.
Yes.
Really, that 20 minutes just gets back to here now that I think about it. He'll hop in the pool.
Okay, so you guys are not going to follow the walls. You're going to follow this direction over here. The other exit for 20 minutes, you said, correct?
Yes, we'll get there at 20 minutes. See what's
Chalking
going
it
on.
up. Chalking everywhere. Well, not
Yes.
everywhere. In the right places.
I hope not everywhere. You guys found Dura's just been marking random places.
Oh yeah, we ran out of chalk like 2 hours ago.
What's she using now? Is that a green bean?
All right, so I need a survival for this part.
I'm
Who's
alright.
gonna-
I guess I'm going first already. I hopped in the water, right?
Yep.
Dorian will try and aid if that's all right.
Wiz just taking charge today. Yep, go ahead and roll me a couple survivals. Wiz primary, Dorian assisting.
Dorian does
gotta-
not assist.
Is it still a +1 right now on the bar?
It is.
So 23.
Yep. 23, and that's a 16 for Dorian, which is still not an assist. Okay. So you guys are following Wiz. Wiz, you come to a crossroad of paths where you feel like both could probably lead to about the same place, though the one to the left is full of that pink moss.
So I feel like these are both viable options, but this one has that awful moss, the pink stuff that I mentioned before, 10-foot distance at minimum. So anybody have any opinions on?
Let us go away from the moss, yes?
Why on earth would we go to the moss if it's going to cause hallucinations and possibly impede us?
Big risk equals big reward.
That startled me.
So perhaps the risk would be worth it. Can I detect magic down that hallway
Uh-huh.
as far
There's-
as I can?
No magic.
I can't detect anything.
Then why go that way? I ask again.
Big risk equals big reward.
It's the idiot's way.
All right. Well,
Dora steps up to Irina. You do not call with this word.
I will
He
call
is
him
not
what
idiot.
I will call him what I want if he's going to make a stupid decision.
He was asking opinion and now we have gotten it. Now you can shut your mouth.
Do not test me, Dura.
I should
No,
say the same to
no.
you.
Now. Let's play nice. We're all on the same team.
Wiz puts
least
a
for
hand
this
on
week.
Dorian and just shh. It's best not to get involved, I found.
I'd rather not have them kill each other before we need to kill whatever is talking to us.
Dura wouldn't let that happen.
No,
Glasha,
let us
maybe.
go.
Not Dura.
Well, one of them decides when they're fighting, and the other one fights.
Let's go. Is that agreed upon? Not the pink tunnel, the non-pink moss tunnel. Everybody happy with that?
Yes.
Fair enough.
So I'll go first, I guess.
Okay. So you guys follow this tunnel and it leads to a pool. You can hear a faint waterfall splashing kind of like almost through the wall. And you can see that this pool leads down and under.
So if we follow the idea of go deeper, this seems like the proper way to go. Anybody got a problem with diving?
I hate water.
Ask the one who couldn't
I
swim
was gonna
earlier.
Or he's gonna like be eyeing the two that literally did not swim at all the last time.
Yeah, I think Dora will pause. Sadiq, you want to swim.
Well, maybe. I forgot that I have this potion.
Are you talking
Think-
about the sea touch elixir?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it does.
It gives you a swim speed
Yeah. For
So-
how long?
for a minute, I think.
Okay.
So we
Maybe
could get
10?
in.
Sadiq, what about if the tides come back in? Do we not want to save it in case?
10 minutes.
Aye, that's probably a safer idea.
I
I
mean,
can
I could just
swim
swim down where.
Why don't you, Dorian?
Dora
No,
and Dorian
no,
both
nope,
like stop
nope.
and look at each other.
Nope. She offered to swim down. She could swim down. It's all hers.
Oh, you liked the water so much the last time you went to the combat. I thought that maybe you'd want to actually show
But
off.
here is I'm using my brain, whereas you are not.
Oh,
One of
are
us
you-
can see without a torch, and it is not me.
Are you denying an opportunity to show off, Dorian?
I'm showing off brains, which apparently you have none.
Try again.
I'm showing off smart thinking, which apparently you're running out of with this god that's talking to you.
Dorian, this is gonna go bad for you. Stop. Stop now.
Is the water dark?
It's not. It's I mean it's dark in the fact that like it's dark everywhere here, but your torches are lighting it right now. You can see into it. It's pretty crystal clear and pretty.
Sadiq, is this magic?
I'll cast detect magic on it.
It's not.
And I can't see. It just goes down and then disappears into some.
It looks like it goes down and into a tunnel. So you can see the ground, but you can't see where the tunnel's going from here.
Okay, I swim down. I will attach rope to my side, and you others have the other end, yes?
Hey, I won't let go.
I will
Okay.
see what is there and come back.
If you keep swimming, should I attach my rope to the end? Give you another 50 feet? Or do you want me to hold it so that you'll know when you get to the end you can come back?
You hold the rope. And Dorian, you help Whis hold rope.
Yes, I will help him do it.
Okay.
I mean, I'll do it, but yes, I will help him do it.
Dora will nod, and then she'll pat Sadiq Whiz on the shoulder, tie her rope off, hand it to them, and then dive down into the water.
Okay.
And hope that we don't all die.
Athletics.
Okay.
While she's going down there, Dorian's going to turn to Irina. I know you'd like me to make your job easier for you, but I'm not going to do that.
You don't have to.
You wanted me to 2 seconds ago.
So with a
17 with the...
17.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So you swim down in this tunnel. Do you have dark vision?
I have low light, so I don't know
Okay.
how much I can see or not.
So yeah, so you go a little ways in, it gets pitch black.
Okay. Can I feel like a wall or anything like...
Yeah,
Okay.
you can.
I guess I'll just kind of go along the wall. And like, I guess I'm not really so much swimming as fast as I can versus just sort of like crawling my way along the wall. And just continuing to kind of feel out for anything. It's also with my feet. I think I'll occasionally kind of stop and like point my feet to see if I can touch the bottom or feel anything.
Okay. Yeah, so as you're following along the wall, you actually can see a glowing blue rune up ahead on the wall. It's just got a faint glow to it.
Do I recognize it?
You could do recall knowledge.
Is that Arcana? Or
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Or you
many
could use a hero
points
point.
do I have? Yeah.
You are sitting on 2.
I will go ahead and use a hero point.
Okay. You recognize this as a containment ritual component. So this is where the containment ritual starts. You know that somewhere within the vicinity is going to be a circle of runes, which is keeping a particular type of creature contained in an area.
Oh. Okay. So this is one rune that is helping to contain a creature, and it's not necessarily, the creature's not necessarily like here in this area.
Right.
It's
This is the
just...
catalyst. So this is like the keyhole to the locked door, basically.
Okay, and then the locked door could be like theoretically like anywhere inside this cave area. Okay.
Yep.
Interesting.
It would probably be somewhere within like 60 feet generally.
Oh, okay. So close-ish. Okay. And do I see anything else with the glow of this rune? Like
Just
does it
the
illuminate anything?
wall. Just
Okay.
yeah, it's a very faint glow.
Okay. How far have I gone?
Not very far. Probably like 20 feet.
Sorry, my dog's really grumpy and she just gave me the grumpiest face. Okay.
Throwing shade.
Yeah. Okay. I think I will keep going just for a little bit longer.
Okay. Yeah, as you get like 10 feet more, you can see that you can see a light glowing, and you can see that the tunnel is leading up above water.
Oh, okay.
So you can see the exit.
Do I know how these containment runes work? Like, I'm not going to like upset it by like it would have to be moved
If it was
or the
containing
rune.
like half orcs, then it wouldn't let you through if you got to the door. If it's containing something else, then you could move through it fine. The door is drawn by like a circle of runes.
Okay. Okay, I'll see if I can get up to the exit if the rope will give me enough slack.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
So yeah, you go up. Your head rises above the water, and as soon as you get above the water, this room is well lit by these glowing crystals around on the walls and whatnot, so you can see in here pretty well. I'm going to move you over a map, and I need you to immediately make me a will save.
Oh no. Okay. I'm so stressed out right now.
Remember your blessing buff.
Oh yeah, so that's a 23 total.
A 23 total indeed. Okay. What is...
Oh, this is a spooky
I'm going
cave.
to put this into the chat here.
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, so that is a failure.
Ugh.
Okay. So Dora, you lose control of yourself. You're gonna go and just before I guess you lose control of yourself, you come into this big open cavern. You're on like a pool with like a little ledge right here that's leading down about 20 feet, and you can see down here there is this large aquatic creature. Notably around its neck, it's got this chain with this like very fancy looking dagger hanging around it. The dagger is kind of shaped like a wave. It's got blue gems in its hilt, and there's like a water bubble surrounding this thing. It floats up to the air to like meet you. You can see its eyes kind of stare right at your eyes, and
Can
then
you ping where it is again? Where I'm seeing this?
Yeah, so it's right over here.
Oh, that token. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you black out. You lose control. You're going to swim over to that catalyst rune, and then you need to make me another will save.
Okay. When am I close to the end of the rope at all?
You're going back now, so no.
Oh, wait.
You're swimming back into the cavern now, back to that catalyst rune.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, come on.
Hey, I think she's coming back. She must be
Oh,
fine.
you did it!
It's a 30.
That's a 30. Okay, you are grabbing your falchion and like going to start scratching this rune out of the wall, and you snap out of it.
Oh my gosh, you guys, my heart is beating so fast right now. Okay, I stop myself before I scratch it out.
You now remember what happened.
Okay, so I like freeze with my sword, and I just like immediately sheath it, and then just like I'm swimming, pulling myself back to the surface or back to my friends.
And as you're going back to your friends, you hear a voice in your head, "Do it!" I'm
just not gonna say anything.
Okay. Yeah, so Dora comes back up out of the pool.
Does the voice sound the same as the...
It does.
Okay. I'm come up gasping, and I like crawl out of the water, and Wiz, you can probably see Dora looks kind of panicked. And
What
she
happened?
says, I have found the creature, the talking one in the head. It took control of me, and I almost let it out, but I did not.
For the other players and the people home, this is what the creature looked like. It was very, very large.
Ooh.
That's a no. Time to go.
I guess I'll also tell... Do I remember the dagger?
You do. It was beautiful looking. You also remember glints of treasure and coin kind of scattered all throughout the room.
Okay. I think I'll describe the dagger to Wiz, just as like does this sound familiar? Like, do you know what this might be? Kind of thing. Or I'll describe it out loud, and I'm asking Wiz if he knows what it is.
Is there like any knowledge I could roll to like identify that with any specific...
It would be an Arcana Recall Knowledge, and if you would like, you can spend a hero point.
Should I do it?
Tori, if we're not gonna go back for... I don't necessarily think we should go back for it, but
yeah,
it's up to you.
You're
No, I'll
sitting
just roll an
on-
Arcana.
Okay.
I have 2, I think. 2
Yep,
left.
you got 2 hero points. Okay. Rolling an Arcana. Okay, nice roll. You do recognize the description she's giving. You've read about it. It's actually a pretty fabled item. It is called fluid memory. So this is a lost relic, and so game mechanic wise, relics are powerful items that will upgrade with you as you level up. What you know about this one in particular is that it's been known to gain powers as people have wielded it in the past, but all that's known that it does for sure is it can transform into any weapon. And whenever it does, it helps you keep a fluid special stance. If you ever miss an attack roll, it'll let you either take no multiple attack penalty on your next attack, or it gives you a bonus to your AC against all the creature's next attacks for a turn.
Wow. He will definitely share that information. Dura, you don't remember reading about that? In our studies, this is one of the lost relics.
It was on the neck, though. I do not think we should go back.
Oh, also, with your knowledge, you would also know that an additional ability, it lets people gain a fly speed equal to their swim speed, and it can put that water bubble around people. That's probably how the aboleth was flying, as she described.
I mean, at least we know where it is. I have a feeling that it would mean a lot to the faction if we brought it back. But I understand the concern. It's just, we could research it, test it.
It would mean a lot to me if you did not die.
There's an afterlife. But I understand.
With my recall knowledge about aboleths, Chase, would I have any... I guess maybe I didn't pick this, but like, do I have any concept of how much more difficult this creature would be to face?
Yeah,
for
so
us?
I'll give you game mechanic wise, it's a
Okay.
severe encounter.
Is that the top most?
It's not. Extreme is the topmost. So it's like a moderate boss level difficulty.
Okay. Well,
And
I
he
mean,
has
you
how many
guys...
hero points or villain points?
Yeah,
I have
for
7.
real. For real. So that puts it to extreme.
We got all these blessings. Maybe it would help.
I mean, I'm one voice in this party, so
Yeah,
you guys have opinions too.
Somebody's giving Wiz a blessing here as well. If
Who
I'm
gave me a
reading that
blessing?
correctly, it was Emily.
Oh, thank you.
Chad is saying you guys are pretty blessed. Okay, so Wiz, you're already blessed by the evil gods, so that is... Oh no, you're increasing it. Glonder. So now if you get attacked, the bugs will swarm around you, and you can have 2 swarms of bugs attacking if you and Arena both get hit.
Awesome. Thank you.
Chat's just saying that so that we'll go into combat and then they'll put the meter all the way over to the bad guy's side.
Right in time.
You guys can't fool me. Well, what do Dorian and Irina think?
Dorian would have been like, "It's time to go." Takes 2 steps. Here's about the dagger. Turns around, is like, "Except, let's think about this. Just a second." Irina.
Relics. And if Naboleth gets loose. Oh well.
I mean, if it's getting loose, it's probably because we all died.
That is the most chaotic evil answer I've ever heard.
So Kim just shifted the hero bar up to plus...
Kim wants us to fight.
and also is giving out 6 hero points from the overflow.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It's what the people want.
It's what the people want, apparently.
I will say it's going to be a tough fight, probably. Some of you
Okay.
might die. It is a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Chase, could I describe the spell that happened to me? Like, would I have any clue at all if I could be re-dominated or like...
You could be. You know
Okay.
that is like their specialty. They're very good at manipulating people's minds.
Okay. I do not... one of us will probably let it out. It is how it works.
Everybody's at 4 hero points now, by the way.
Have a stronger mind.
Or
I
a stronger
did.
will to get the dagger.
Sadiq, I will do as you wish.
That's a lot of pressure. Oh, I just love you so much, and I don't want you to get hurt. But this is for the faction.
Yes, think about all the research you can do.
I know. I've been
Right?
thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Why
the
don't we
research.
save the love fest for later? Let's go.
How long has it been? Has it been the full 20 minutes now?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I only have one focus point. So, if we're gonna go in, is everybody feeling alright? There's no cuts or scrapes?
Fine and ready. Not that you could help me, small one.
I
I
thought
wish I
you'd want
could.
to.
I would.
No.
I'm
We're ready,
only
let's
down
go.
6, but that's okay.
Dora's got some minor scrapes.
When I cast Lifelink again, it'll do some help a
Oh,
little
that's true.
bit.
That's true. Okay.
If Fallout spells, you escaped him, so we could all just escape and run away.
Okay. Dora will ask Wiz to tie himself to the other end of the rope. This way, perhaps we may not both be mind controlled.
We should have a signal, if at least in the tunnel going through, so that we know if we need the other person to help us, assuming that we're not controlled. Maybe like 3 tugs on the rope.
We cannot see in the tunnel.
So I go first.
Okay, but stay away from the rune. If you can.
I'll do my best.
Let us go.
Can I cast guidance on myself?
Mhm.
Okay, when we get to where she describes, I'm going to cast guidance on myself because I'm sure that a similar thing.
Sure.
is
So
going
we're
to
all
happen.
tying ourselves to the rope?
Me
At
and Wiz
least
are.
Wiz
You
and
guys, yeah,
Dora.
you guys can join up if you want. That'll be fine.
Dorian can't see. Dorian would love to join the rope.
So you guys doing a rope chain to swim?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead and lead that athletics then, Dora.
Well,
Oh.
3 of us are going to swim. 1 of us is going to get dragged.
It's the way.
Okay. That is a 16.
Okay, yeah, the waters are pretty easy to navigate.
Is our
17?
meter? Yeah, 17. It's all the way over.
17. Okay, yeah, so you guys get through. What's your order in the rope here?
Wiz is leading, right? Is that
Yeah,
what we
or
said?
right behind you so that I
I
can
guess
see.
Dora now knows kind of the way, so she's okay leading.
And I would be next then.
Okay, who's in the back?
I imagine Dorian's bringing up the back just in case he wants to flee first.
I mean, not that he's been doing it all along.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and roll initiative then, as soon as you guys get through this cave. So everybody's got 4 hero points. I've got 7 villain points. You're very blessed. Let's do this. I'm gonna do the combat tracker initiative roll. I do believe, if it lets me. Don't fail me now, combat tracker. Okay, so you guys are at +2s, so that puts Wiz at a 23, Arena at a 19, Dorian at a 16, 18. Okay, so initiative order is the Aboleth, Wizwazar, Arena, Dora, and Dorian. Are you guys ready?
As
As
ready
we'll
as I
ever be.
can be.
Yeah.
As ready as we could be, yes.
Okay, combat music on, and it is the Aboleth's turn. So as soon as you pop back through, Dora, you're the first one to come through again. So let's have you make me another will save.
Okay.
Question. Could I
Yeah.
have cast that guidance on her? Because I was thinking I was going to be the first one coming through.
Sure.
So I would have
Oh,
definitely
okay,
done it
well,
on her right before.
I'll use guidance. I don't think it's gonna help me though. So that's a total of 18.
A total of 18 is going to, I think, save you from critically failing, luckily.
It's not a crit fail, but
Yeah.
it is a fail.
The bonuses did save you from critically failing. Okay, so you are dominated.
Yep, saw that coming.
Starting
Okay.
off strong.
And then this thing is going to fly upwards 20 feet and then over to here. So it is about level with you guys. It's in a big water bubble hovering over the pool here. Now, you guys come out here. This is shallow water. So you guys can stand up when you get out here. Wiz, this is really rough for you because it's above your, like, up to your neck.
No,
So-
he's medium
I'm
right
medium
Oh, you
now.
are medium.
I'm
That's good.
still short for medium, but I
Okay.
can breathe above water.
That's good because otherwise it would have disrupted your spell casting. So
Oh, good.
good for you for being taller. So you guys are going to be flat-footed though while you're in the water, and it's difficult terrain, unless you have a swim speed. Okay, that's its turn. Wiz, you're up.
Oh,
you
man.
see Dora's eyes almost kind of glaze over, and then you see this thing's
and
eyes.
not in the good way.
Yeah, you see this one's eyes glow, and then Dora's eyes flash with the same color as its eyes for a second.
That's not good. Can I dispel this from her?
It is
Is that
magic.
something I can do?
Mhm.
Okay, and would I know if I dispel it, could it happen again? If I successfully dispel it?
Yeah,
It could, so it may not really be.
But I mean, you know that as any spellcaster, they do have limited uses of it.
Okay. I think I'm gonna do that just because I don't want her to hurt us.
Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and make me a counteract check if you're casting a dispel magic.
Okay.
Is a spell attack roll.
Okay, and so that's just gonna be my. Okay, this I found it. Sorry, I don't have the macro for it for
No, you're good.
plus, and it's gonna be that plus the 2 from the bar.
Yep, you get
That'll
the
be
2 for the
plus
bar.
12.
Any D20 roll.
Oh, whoops, I didn't do the slash. Sorry.
No, you're good.
20 plus. Oh, that wouldn't have worked anyway because it was a D10.
Definitely want to roll D20.
27.
A 27 is going to dispel it. So what does that look like?
Yes. Okay, so he pops up behind her and sees that her eyes flash that color, and he will grab her wrist, and she's wearing the same little grass woven bracelet that he's wearing, and it just glows bright green, and like you see lights run up her arm and her eyes flash green, and then they go back
Nice.
to normal.
Dora, you feel like a brief urge to just kill Wiz, and then you kind of get this sick feeling in your gut as it flashes away.
And he looks at her when he sees she's been dispelled and goes, "You're here with me. You're not going anywhere. I got you." And then he'll cast lifelink on her.
Okay.
Alicia,
That's
you're
his
gonna make
last
me
action.
cry.
Go ahead and roll the life link. Man, nobody likes a dominated barbarian. That was huge.
No.
Yeah.
You get 2 hit points back.
I'm pretty sure I have killed more players with the friendly barbarian than like any other way in TTRPGs.
Let's just remember that Dora was the one who didn't want to go. So if I
Okay.
kill all of you, that's not my fault.
Irina, it's your turn.
Okay. It's all very sentimental. Thank you for dispelling this. 5.
Irina gags with the friendship as she walks by.
Basically. It's double moving in here, yes.
Yep, unless you got a swim speed.
Can I... Is this a drop?
20 feet down into a pool.
Never mind.
Gonna do a little base jumping?
No. Irina doesn't base jump. I'm going to do a 2-action harm at it, though.
Okay, what level?
Let's see. It'll be a level... 2, I think. From my font. I think they're level 2s.
Yep. Level two
Yes.
from your font. Okay, it's gonna go ahead and make a will save then?
Is it Will?
I believe so.
Probably.
So I'm gonna roll it and I'll look afterwards. That's a 28.
Well, it's not a crit success.
Okay. So half damage unless you contract or
Yeah, you know what? I want to use a hero point.
Okay. Hero point being used. Re-rolling that save.
She's gonna toe a symbol in the sand. 20, that's better. It's one off of a... Damn. Anyway, that'll work.
Okay. Is that a fail?
No, not quite. It's still a success.
Okay.
And I can't use another hero point on that, correct?
Right, only one per roll.
Okay. Just making sure.
That's a good question I'm getting is, does the affirmation bar help with spell DCs? I'm going to say yes.
Okay, then if that's the case, it does fail.
Okay. We'll discuss this as a group, because I think that's also going to mean it's going to lower your saves for the heroes, but we'll discuss that when we get there. For now, we'll say this is fine.
That's fine.
Okay, so that's full damage.
Oh, also harm is a fort save. 13
Well, it would
damage.
be one lower then, so.
Great. 14, 15, shit. Damage. 13 damage.
13 damage?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you engage it, Wiz's bugs and your bugs go like swarming around this thing, pestering it. They're not full-blown attack mode at this point, but they are pestering it.
Okay, and then... No, I'm just gonna stay put. I'll cast guidance on Dura.
Okay. Dora, you have guidance. Okay. It's your turn.
Okay. Alright, so I'm life-linked, I've got guidance, and I'm not mind-controlled.
Right.
Okay.
Good setup.
That about sums it up? Okay. And it's difficult terrain in here. It's
Yes,
water.
unless you have a swim speed.
Yeah, okay. Alrighty. Well, I think first Dora will try glaring at it. Why not? We'll try
Okay.
and intimidate it.
Yeah. Stare this thing down.
Seems like that would be a challenging thing to do, but
Well, that's a nat 20.
actually, I don't think it's. Is it a nat? I don't. Oh, it is a nat.
It
20.
is a nat 20.
It didn't glow green like it usually does. Okay, a nat 20 plus like a bajillion bonuses from chat and stuff.
Yep, that's yeah, so it's frightened 2.
Yeah, it is. Okay, I think
Eyes
my-
kind of go wide when you snap
Yeah.
out of it and
I
just
think. Oh, I think it's like so. It's shocked that Wiz took me out of its mind control. So like, my eyes flash green, and then like Dora just like death glares this thing, and because she knows what it tried to make her do, and then she as Dora, she's actually just gonna run forward. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Actually, I'm gonna go halfway.
yeah, and so each movement will be 2.
Yeah, so I'll go halfway,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will rage as my last action, and I will go for...
You know from your recall knowledge, this gets hurt by negative energy.
Okay, I'll go for negative energy, and like, my eyes go black, and the shadowy wispy stuff on my sword, and Dora just like war cries, and it echoes in this cavern that we're in. She's ready for
So
some blood.
cool. Nice. Okay. Dorian, you're up.
Okay. Am I up through the cave and just in the back, or?
Yeah, you're like, we'll just count you the same score thing. You're like getting out of the deep pool currently to where
Okay.
you can just stand barely.
Cool. So 10, 20, 30 for
Nice.
one move.
And you got a little dry ledge right here, so this is no longer difficult terrain.
Ooh. 5, 10, 20, 30 for my second for that stride.
Also, as you guys get close to here, number 1, Dura, you can assume these right here are the runes that are locking it in. These look like the actual ones that are locking it in. And then there's some sort of like a wrapped corpse here that's holding a staff.
Oops.
Okay, the runes that are locking...
The creature in from the containment catalyst rune.
Oh, and it's around this corpse thing?
Uh-huh.
Oh. Oh, and okay, and the aboleth wanted me to do it. Okay, weird. It's not my turn, so I can't share this. Also, I'm raging, so I probably still can't share it, but...
my last thing, I'm just going to dueling parry.
Okay. It is this one's turn. As you're approaching this thing, doing your fancy parry, Dorian, you need to make me a will save.
Of
It's gonna
course.
stare at
Oh
you.
boy, is
They're
this
right in your
how
soul.
Dura kills Dorian?
She can try. 29.
Wow, you guys are rolling so good.
Yes!
Oh wait, that's plus 30 or plus 2, so 31.
Okay, so what is
Nice,
that? do?
Dorian.
You will not get to kill him today. Sorry.
Okay, what does that do on the success? Okay, so you are stunned 1, which means that next turn you're 1 action down as you're fighting off the commands. So you feel an urge to start turning on your teammates, but you snap out of it. And then this thing is going to smack you with a tentacle.
Oh, it's got a good reach.
32.
Okay, let me hold on. So I have plus 2 from the blessing, plus 2 from dueling parry.
Uh-huh.
So that's 25, 20. Nope, yeah, that's gonna hit.
Okay, so that's 20 bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make me a fortitude save. So this feels like a big...
No. Re-roll that, please.
Okay. How about 21 instead?
That sounds so much better. So much.
Okay.
Sorry, I'll do this on my next turn.
Okay. All right, and that's its turn. Wiz.
All right. I'm going to cast Shield Other on Dura. So I'll put it into the chat for her. So it lasts for 10 minutes, and I link our life essences together. And so they'll take half damage from all effects that deal hit point damage. So Dura will take half damage, and I'll take the remainder of the damage. So that's essentially is just more protection for Dura that I will end up mitigating for myself. And then as my last action, does anyone have any? We're not damaged yet, right? We're still good.
Nope, you guys are nice and healthy.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will go ahead and cast guidance on her as well. So until the start of my next turn, she can add a.
So
+1.
she's immune to your guidance currently.
Oh,
'cause
right,
it's
because
for a
I have
day.
guidance.
You're
Oh,
right.
oh, that too.
Then I will go ahead and cast guidance on Dorian.
Okay, you got it. Irina.
This is a dead body, you said.
Uh-huh. Holding a staff.
Oh, it has the
Contains-
runes around it.
Contained in the runes.
I guess I did communicate that the fish thing told me to scratch out the rune that would let the thing out, whatever thing was contained, so.
You know how tempting it is to raise a dead body right now? Damn it.
Maybe let's take care of one threat before we accidentally produce another.
Let's see. Five, 10, 15, 20. Damn. No. There, and I'm going to cast Divine Lance.
Okay, got the aboleth.
Yes.
Okay. What kind of save is that? Or is it an attack roll?
It's an attack roll. Hold on, please. That's probably not gonna hit. That's an 18, 19, 20. 20 misses, right?
20 does miss, yes.
Cool.
Nope, 20 hits because it's frightened.
Oh, cool. Cool. And this is negative energy. 6 damage.
6 damage, negative energy?
Yes.
Okay. Got it. What does that look like?
So it's that same navy energy. It just goes forming out just like a big sharp spear and like right into one of the aboleth's eyes as an annoyance.
Nice. Okay, awesome. Also, Felicia, for your combo here, it's half damage and then lifelink.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
I believe. Yeah. I'm sure Kim will tell us soon in the chat because she plays life oracles, I know for sure. Okay. All right, that is it for Arena. Dora, it's your turn.
Okay, I should have done this last turn, but as part of the continued flavor with my like rage cry, can I use the major blessing of Gazra?
Yes, you can. So with that, with your echoing kind of cry, all these bats get disturbed and start flying down from the ceiling of this cavern and just swarming this aboleth.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
he's also flat-footed because he missed me.
Nice. Okay.
You're accounting that he's
Blessings.
drained as well.
Oh yeah.
All of these things, we need them. We need them.
Is he
Okay.
double drained because
He
Felicia
is.
has?
He's drained too. Which just means that I basically put his starting health to lower. So.
Better than nothing.
All
it
right,
is.
I step up to him, and I hit. Hopefully. Whew. That's a good roll. So 30. 30?
Okay, 30 with the frightened is a crit.
And flat-footed.
And flat-footed. Okay, so you go to hit him here, and I'm going to spend one of my villain points. And you kind of like, when you go to swing at him, he seems blurry and distorted. He's giving off some kind of this weird, like, illusion aura. This is only going to be a hit, not a crit.
All right. 17 damage. Some of that is it's negative damage, and
Okay, so
Yes.
17
17.
total. Okay, yeah, you cut him there.
okay, I'll try again. That's gonna be a miss, I'm assuming. That's a
That one-
13.
That one misses.
Okay.
Okay, that Dora's turn?
Yep.
Okay, Dorian.
Okay. So you said the dagger was just hanging around him on a chain?
Yeah, so he's got like this big water bubble around him here, which reminds me, I'll get that in a second. And he's got that dagger hanging on a chain, kind of just floating in the water. When you hit him, Dora, I need you to make me a fortitude save.
I forgot about the bubble.
Okay, you're fine. So when you cut
30.
into him, this like cloud of mucus comes spewing out of the bubble and kind of gets all over you. It's nasty and slimy and green. It makes it feel like you have a hard time breathing for a second. But you shrug it.
Is this the slime? Does this seem like the slime that I
No,
remembered?
no.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
different.
You can see the slime dripping from its tentacles. This is different.
Okay.
All right, sorry, continue, Dorian.
Okay. So, 10, 20, I'm going to stride up, and I'm going to try and disarm him of that chain with the dagger and catch the dagger.
Okay, so you're gonna try to do a steal,
Is that what that's called? Yes.
or yeah,
A
it's
disarm.
it's an athletics.
Okay.
Actually, no. To take something is a thievery check.
Even if I was trying to like swipe it with my rapier.
I believe so, because it's called a steal check to take something that somebody's wearing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's thievery.
Fine.
So I would let you try to attack it, but like to actually remove it from him would be a thievery.
Would that count as an attack?
It does.
Fine. I'm going to use my guidance with it, but I'm still
Okay.
going to try it.
All right.
Nat 27. Or not. 18.
Yeah. It does not get it. When you go to try to do that, it turns itself sideways, looking very defensive about that attempt.
I mean, just give us the dagger and we'll let you live. And then he's going to go into dueling parry for his last action.
Okay. We've got this guy's turn now. So it is going to do things and stuff. Yeah.
It doesn't have to. It can just.
It's gonna.
Okay, yeah, if you feel like it, that's fine.
So it's gonna smack Dora here.
Well, that does seem warranted.
That is a 30.
Is it still afraid?
Sorry, 29. Thank you. It is afraid 1 now at this point.
Okay. Well, it'll still hit me, but I just wanted to remind you that it's afraid. Oh,
Nice.
wait, hang on. No, it's got bats swarming all around it.
Yes, let me make a flat.
So it needs a
That's
flat
a
check.
27 if I even succeed at the flat check. Which I did.
Okay.
So 27?
Yeah, that hits, yeah.
Okay. 24 bludgeoning damage. Make me a fortitude save.
And just to clarify
Oh,
that
yeah.
it's lifelink and then shield other.
Okay, so I
Nice.
have it. So 12, and then -3 from
So-
lifelink.
-3 and then half.
Oh, -3. Sorry, you literally just said that.
So-
okay,
so
so
basically-
21 and then half. So
Yeah, so-
I will take 11.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then Felicia, you take 13. Okay, it's going to attack you again.
Wait, I need to make fort save. I mean, I'm sure it'll attack me either way, but
Yeah.
Okay, is this a spell that I'm saving
This-
against?
Is not.
Okay, it's 21 then.
Okay, a 21 is going to be a fail.
Okay.
So when this thing hits you, this slime kind of slaps across you when it hits you with its tentacle, and you can see your skin start immediately turning like slightly transparent. You're drained 1.
Okay, what is that? I can look it up.
It
I'll-
lowers your maximum hit points by 4, and you take 4 more damage. And then the second attack is going to be a 24. If I make my flat check.
24 will, yeah, if you make your flat check.
So question on that 4 damage,
Mhm.
I would take half of that from shield other, or is that because the lifelink won't apply since it's just the first damage of the round, but the shield other applies to all the damage, right?
Mhm, right.
So I would take 2, she would take 2, and then this new attack I take half of.
Right. Uh-huh.
Okay.
So does 24 hit you?
Yes.
Okay, so you take 8, and Felicia, you take 7. And it's going to go again with a third attack. That is the same as last time, so let me make the flat check. Yep, so this one's going to be 13 to each of you. So it's got all of its tentacles, and it's just slapping the crap out of Dura.
13 to each of us, is that what you said?
Yep, and it's your
Okay.
turn, Wiz.
Ouch. So we're both looking mighty.
A little
unhappy.
bit smacked up.
A little bit smacked up. I am going to do. Okay, so question.
Mhm.
If I heal myself, with my, let's say, 2nd level heal scroll, that would be the 2d4 or 2d12 plus 16, right?
Uh-huh, right.
And then that's one. It's one action to pull out and cast on myself because it's touch range.
Uh-huh.
And then, could I prepare? So, to ready an action, is it 1 action or is it?
2.
It's 2 actions. So I could ready an action to pull a potion and drink it after I get hit, or is that 2?
No, yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
If you have 2 actions to do it. It takes 2 actions, then it's your reaction to actually take the action. So
Okay. So I'm gonna cast with my scrolls on my thing. I'm gonna do my 2nd level heal on myself
okay, as a 1 action, right?
as a 1 action because it's
Okay.
a touch range.
Uh-huh.
So I'll do my
2d12. Are you in your curse?
yes, I am 2d12 plus 16.
So if it's a 1 action, then it's only the 2d12.
2d12. Okay, so minus 16 from this, so it would be 11.
11. Mhm.
Okay, so I at least heal for 11. And then I will ready to drink the bigger of the potions the next time Dura gets attacked. So
Okay.
the next time the damage gets split, so on the first attack, I'm going to drink that.
Sounds good. Okay. That was Wiz's turn. Irina, it's you.
What's the staff? What's the knowledge?
That would be a craft, recall knowledge.
Great. Do you roll it or do I?
I roll it for you. You're not sure what this is. It's a magical staff of sorts. You don't know what kind, though. You do see runes of illusion on it, though. Like the illusion school of
Yes.
magic.
Okay. Neat. That makes me wonder if this is an illusion. Okay. Well. Make a fort save. I'm gonna do a 2 action harm.
Okay. So I'm going to spend 2 villain points, and actually Dora is going to make the fortitude save.
Hmm.
What?
You feel like you're going to cast this on it, and then just you black out for a second before you know it. You're directing it at Dora.
Your villain points are OP. All right. Well, I have my channel protection amulet at least.
Yes, this is what you were ready for.
It's true. Oh,
Wow,
okay,
you guys are
31.
rolling so high on your saves. This is a spell as well, so that's.
Oh
30.
yeah, yeah.
You critically succeed, nothing happens.
Okay.
Like the energy swirling around you, it just
No.
kind of absorbs it.
Glasha turns again and is just like so mad at you.
Okay, you got 1 action left, Katie.
No, I used one to do a craft check. I'm done.
Right. Okay, Dora, it's your turn.
Okay. Despite Glasha's annoyance, no, absolute rage at Irina, this fish thing is a bigger threat. All right, I will do Dora things. Ugh.
Nat 1, Dora.
Ugh. Yes.
Okay. Drawing from the critical hit or critical fail deck. Go ahead and roll me a reflex save.
27.
You go to swing at him, and he catches it with his tentacle and tries to yank it out of your hand, but you hold on to it.
Okay, cool. I guess I keep not using guidance. I guess I'll use it this time. Just
Okay.
to use it.
Yeah. why not?
Actually, no, I'll save it for a saving throw. 18 or sorry, 19.
19 is going to miss.
Okay, we'll try one more time. Nope.
That one will miss. It's got tentacles just like assaulting you relentlessly, smacking your weapon away, parrying. Dorian, it's your turn.
Okay. Cool. How big is this aboleth?
It's huge. It's about like 10 times your size.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. And it's floating in the air, so I guess he's just gonna attack.
Okay.
There's no, can't really get panache right now. Here we go.
16 is going to. Oh, that's
That's a-
18. Still missed.
18. Round 2. Not 26.
Remember, you still can enter panache with acrobatics if you tumble through.
But isn't he like right on a ledge?
Yeah, I mean, you could tumble like over to here or whatnot. You could do something swashbucklery.
Yeah, I'll try that for the second instead of going with that attack. Sorry.
Sure.
I was thinking he was on a ledge, and I was like, I can't really tumble through because don't want to fall over.
Yeah, just go ahead and give me like a cool description of how you do it, and succeed at the check.
Yeah. So as the aboleth is reaching out its tentacle to catch Dora's attack, he takes the opportunity to try and get underneath it and to the other side.
Okay.
To flank it a little bit more. And athletics. 23.
23, round the money. You are in panache,
Hey.
and you're now flanking it, so it is now flat-footed.
Okay. So I tumble to here, or
You can go over there.
okay, perfect. Yeah, let's go. So that counts as would that count as one of my attacks?
No, that's not an attack.
Okay, so I'm gonna try a confident finisher.
Okay.
As my second attack. 23.
Okay, it is flat-footed. That would hit, except I'm going to spend a villain point, and it's actually right here. You go to stab it, and it's just like an illusion that you stab through. It's blurred, and you feel confused.
Huh? What? That's the end of his turn.
All right. It is this one's turn. It's time to keep smacking Dora. It is no longer frightened. That's going to be a 26. I need to make the flat. Sorry, 24.
Oh, sorry, real quick. Is it a free action to use the bats? And do they stack?
They do not stack. Well,
It is a free action.
it is a free
You
action.
did stack the drain.
So it'll stack the same way we stack the other bonuses, so it's -3 instead of -2.
I'll do it.
That seems fair.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's a 23. And then a flat check.
Man,
Is
why you
fine.
gotta roll so high on those flat checks, man?
Okay, so 23 hits you.
Yeah.
Okay, 19 bludgeoning damage. That triggers your reaction, Wizwazar. So
Yes.
really, on this one, you only take,
So -3,
and then half.
and
So you
then cut
take
in half, so 8.
And then Wiz, you take 11.
Okay. And then I heal for 16, so I'll just take 5.
Cool. Okay, and that's gonna smack you again. That is a 21.
If you, that won't hit, but Wiz, wouldn't you gain 5 instead of lose 5?
Oh yeah,
Because you
Oh.
healed for 16.
Super right. Thank you so much. I
good
was
call.
Yeah. I really appreciate that.
Okay,
But that will not hit me.
okay, and that one misses as well.
Oh no! I forget this. I want to use my reaction when it hits me.
Okay,
Lightning.
it is slowed, it is zapped, and it is your turn, Wiz.
Oh, I'm stressing. Okay.
And we're
so-
at 15 minutes, by the way.
Okay. So no pressure, just kill it right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bust out the Wizwazar damage.
Yeah, exactly. So Dura needs a good healing. So I'm gonna roll my heal, 2-action heal on her. So it's just gonna be I believe it's 1d12 because it's first level. 1d12 plus 8.
Uh-huh.
Right. Okay.
That's correct.
So that'll be my two.
So you're doing a 2-action first level heal?
Yes.
Awesome. So I'm going to spend my last 3 villain points, and your heal, you black out for a second, you heal the aboleth. So go ahead and roll me how much it heals for.
Thank you.
And I'm out of villain points, chat.
Oh,
Max healing.
that's so sad. It was gonna go to Dura, and he was so just channeling love. So the aboleth just feels all this like earthy love energy, and it just wants to give me the dagger, and it's super nice.
Yep, it's just, it's super friendly. It's tugging at your
Super
mind
friendly.
strings.
Oh, I'm so upset. All of the upsetness. Dang. Now my brain's like, what do I do?
Ruined your whole turn.
Ruined my whole turn. I can't use hero points to like get an extra action or anything, right?
Nope.
No. Okay. Well, I suppose I could aid, and I only have 1 action left. Can I aid with 1 action?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, could I aid Dura's AC?
Uh-huh. And how are you going to do it?
Look out for that tentacle.
That was an accident. Sorry. Watch out. It looks like it's healed right there. It's got its little thingy back. Don't get hit. I'm so sorry.
Nice. Okay, I like it. So you'll roll that on her turn, and Arena, it's your go. You are muted, I believe.
I want to pick up the staff, kind of.
Okay.
I'm picking up the staff.
Okay. You're holding a staff.
Great. Can I try to cast anything out of it?
It is not charged. So when you try to activate it, nothing happens.
Cool. Free action to drop the stupid, useless thing. And... Divine Lancet, I suppose. This is
Okay.
+9. Actually, +11.
Huge chat swing.
16. It's gonna miss.
16 will miss.
Okay, cool, done.
Okay, Dora.
What are these villain points coming back? What? You guys couldn't steal our heal? That wasn't enough for you?
I got more villain points. Nice.
Right. Okay, well, it's an action to pull out a potion and then an action to drink it.
Just if you've got it somewhere accessible, you can just go
Okay,
out and drink
I'm
it.
gonna drink a potion, which I'll roll here in a second, and then I want to attack it.
Okay.
24.
So that would hit, except I'm going to spend my villain point.
Oh
and it's
my-
actually
Em and Kim,
over
you guys
here.
are on my bad list. On my bad list. All right, fine.
And it's now out of your reach.
Okay, and I'll heal up for a specified amount, but you can move on from me.
Okay, Dorian.
Can I? So is this ledge? No, that's not where I wanted to go. But anywhere I see the rock, it's
Yeah,
it's
you can
the
stand
village.
there.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So step forward. Can I tumble through to here?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna try and tumble through.
What do you do? What kind of trick? Do a trick, Wade.
So I'm imagining like as the aboleth comes backwards, he sees Dorian come up at him and just like starts swinging his tentacles, and Dorian goes full matrix and like does an aerial over one but underneath another.
Nice. Okay, roll it up.
32, of course.
Oh,
It does.
yeah.
Oh, it's a nat 20. That wasted the nat. Okay, that's cool. It's fine.
Go ahead and take a +2 to your precision strike when you do it.
Nice. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, he's gonna go right away, feeling that awesome freaking acrobatics, and just go straight for a confident finisher.
Okay.
And he's gonna destroy.
Oh,
That's 16, 18 with the +2.
Well, you'll still do damage.
Yeah, it's crap. It's was it 4 damage?
It's a D6. I
Is it
believe.
just 1d6?
Mhm.
My bad. Still mad about the cool thing and then not being able to do anything with it. 3 damage,
Okay.
and that's my turn.
Okay. Oh, I got another villain point. All right.
Chat.
It's this thing's turn here, so it's gonna go and gonna start hitting Dora.
So
Dora's
did
got to go
flat
down
check?
eventually. Yep. I will do the
Okay.
flat check, so that's gonna be a 27 if I get the flat check.
Is Wiz aiding my... Oh, wait.
That one, the flat check. So that's
Nat
gonna
1! The
Mhm.
bats get in its way.
Yep. The bats do get in its way, and that's its turn. It's slowed.
Yay, thanks, Quazra.
That is the most relieving thing I've ever heard. Okay, I am going to... Do you have any more villain points?
I've got one.
He had to spend 3 to redirect your heal, though. I don't know
Okay.
what he's got up his sleeve, but that seemed like a hefty investment.
Yes, it did. Okay, well, I'm going to repeat that action and hopefully get max healing again,
Okay.
because Dura really needs
You,
it.
you roll a 1 on this one.
Yeah. Goodness. Okay, so it will be 2d12 plus 8. That was what I said before, right? 'Cause
The
that's its
one-
action,
2d12?
level
One,
You
one,
rolled
1d12
1d12
plus
last time.
Mhm.
1d12.
If it's a first level, yeah.
Yes, thank you for correcting me.
It did! You
It
did roll
did!
max again!
Yay!
So you
This-
get 20 hit points back.
So good. So
Oh.
good, Wiz.
Oh my god, imagine if both of them had gone to you.
That would have been great. I would have been full right now.
Yes. As my last action, I'm gonna think about it because I didn't know where I was gonna go from here. I am going to...
You could recall knowledge. Like, maybe
Oh.
learn something else about it. I don't know.
That's a good
But
call.
we have hero points and they're hard to use in battle for us
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
You've got this corpse, you've got these runes, you've got this.
True.
I feel like he's very focused on this thing. So probably this thing. Recall knowledge on this big flying spaghetti monster man.
Okay, the aboleth.
Yes.
Okay.
I think flying spaghetti monster man is better, but okay.
So the additional information you're going to get with that recall knowledge is its weak save is reflex.
Okay.
You know that when you hit this thing, you have to make a save against that mucus, and if you fail, you can no longer breathe air for 3 hours.
Oh.
You'll only be able to breathe water.
For 3 hours. Oh, let's all get hit, and then we'll have as much time as we need.
You also
Down
see
here.
some strange runes on its body that you also see kind of on the wrappings of this body here, which is unusual and not
Okay.
common.
All right, that's all the information I get.
Mhm.
Additional. Okay. I will share that with the group, and that'll be my turn.
Okay, Irina.
Okay, with that knowledge, can I try to destroy this corpse?
Yeah, what do you want to do to it?
Hack at it. Like, destroy the rune on the corpse.
So it's like the wrappings are kind of just wrapped all around the corpse with those runes kind of inked into them.
Great, I want to destroy it. But can I light it on fire with a torch?
Yeah,
I want to light it on fire.
you'll have to draw a torch, light a torch, use the torch because your other torch went out when you swam.
Great. That is what I will do. I will light the corpse on fire.
Okay, you light the corpse on fire, and the aboleth starts letting out this horrible echoing scream. All of you need to make will saves as this scream is just like rattling in your head.
Is this magic?
This is magic.
Excellent.
And
Will?
this is one we roll. It's not one you roll.
Yeah, you guys can roll these. These are all will saves. Not
14?
secret ones. Okay, crit fail. Crit
22.
15.
I got a
15 for me.
17 for Wiz, but
Oh,
with the plus
16.
2, it would be 19.
Oh, can I? Sorry, can I keep forgetting I have guidance. Can I just?
Oh,
add
yeah,
one
go ahead.
Throw?
You got
It's
it.
16 total.
Okay.
16
That's-
for me as well.
Okay, so fail, fail, fail. All of you fail.
Oh, but no crit fails. That's good.
So you guys are taking full damage from this. Okay, each of you take 21 damage,
Okay.
mental damage.
Okay, I can live with that.
Can I trigger my reaction unexpected shift?
Uh-huh.
So it gives me, I can roll a DC 16 flat check. Let me make sure this is exactly what I'll put in the chat for you.
Sure.
Does it apply here?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so I can just roll a d20, and if I get a 16, then I take, what was it, half damage or something?
Uh-huh.
Yo, yeah.
Gain resistance
gain
to all damage
resistance.
equal to your
Oh,
level.
resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I would take 4 fewer.
Uh-huh. And it's your turn, Dora.
Okay.
I didn't get it, so you said 21.
Uh-huh.
How much damage do I take? Are we shielding, life linking, all that? What's
That one doesn't actually apply. That's just gonna
okay? That makes it nice and easy. Okay. Okay. I will. I'll keep doing Dura things. 22.
22 would hit, except I'm
Oh,
using a villain point.
Goodness. How are you not out of those yet?
Well, people keep giving them to me. Chat
Oh
loves-
my goodness.
They wanted us to come in here,
We're gonna be
Buffed
awake
us
for
up.
3 more hours.
and then they're like, no, do this longer.
Okay, I'll hit it again.
It's gonna miss.
I'm so mad at you right now, Chase. 18?
18 is going to miss.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so you're swinging at it.
Chat,
Flail of
Stop it.
tentacles. Dorian,
stop
you're
it now.
Is there any way I can tumble through them still, or
up.
I can't with?
no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't think so.
Current positioning.
Okay. I'm gonna try and make a thievery and steal the necklace.
Okay,
Nat 20. Heck no, that's a 13.
the no-go. He
Okay.
swings it away. He sees it coming.
Fine. I'm gonna try and hit him. Nope, 17. So 19.
A 19 is going to miss.
And last action, trying to hit him.
That
That's a
It's a miss.
cool.
Okay, it is its turn. It is going to smack at Dora with a potential 25. The flat check is a nat 20, so yeah, 25 is going to hit you, Dora.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I
Bludgeoning
want to spend a hero point. Reroll your damn flat check.
I can reroll the attack roll, but not the
Well,
flat.
then reroll the attack roll.
All right,
Hope it's not a crit.
23 is the total.
That'll hit still.
Okay,
Good try, Irina.
18 bludgeoning damage. second attack roll against you. It's going to miss.
Are we still life linked?
Yes. So
Okay.
that one's
Yes.
actually
So
going
minus
to be
3, 15. So I would take 7.
mhm,
Okay.
And then I would take how many of that? Sorry, I wasn't tracking.
8.
8.
8. Okay. I think I have to drop lifelink or else I'm gonna go down the next time you get hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Last one's going to miss. I need to make a flat check here.
How many? Oh, can I react again? I
Uh-huh.
want to slow him. Get
Yeah.
lightninged.
Yeah, so he hits you. He takes the lightning damage. Frost crusts over him as he's like burning. He starts igniting on fire with this body, and with that flat check at the end, the bubble around him drops, and he just falls down and splashes into the water, dead.
Yes. We did it, you guys.
We are-
Oh my
Most
god.
anticlimactic way possible.
Oh,
I was like, are they gonna catch onto the body? They got all the knowledge about the runes.
I think we were all worried that they were keeping them in.
Yeah, I didn't know.
that
I
was
didn't
it.
know what that. Yeah.
That's fair.
Arena MVP
Yep.
Yeah.
makes good
Good call,
decisions.
good call.
Not that Dorian will admit that.
Well, and you got the knowledge, the recall knowledge. I'm glad our hero points came in handy for something
Yeah.
at
Yes,
the end.
indeed.
Whew.
All right. So we're about
Dang.
in time here. Now you guys have plenty of time left in this cave. The aboleth is dead. So I am going to go ahead and we're just going to kind of sum up the end here. So I imagine you guys are going to loot the room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Came all this way. We should leave it here, guys. This is its resting place.
All right. So when you guys loot the room around here, you find a bunch more jewels. When you check out this kind of like coffin looking thing, there's just a pile of corpses in there, including the ones of the people that you were looking for.
Oh.
But there is loot, is the good news. So in here, you guys find that dagger, which is a relic. Now, the special thing with relics in this campaign, you cannot donate or sell them. Emmerich's going to advise you against donating it for this contest. He thinks it's too valuable. So you can use them. You could trade them around to other guilds if they wanted to pay you to take it if you wanted, but you can't like sell it to a vendor and you can't donate to the guild. They won't let you do it.
And you said that can turn into any other weapon as like a...
Can turn into any other weapon. You use an interact action and it will turn to water, shape into that weapon, and it will become that. It also has a +1 potency rune and a striking rune on it. Those can remain on it or they can be removed, and those can be sold. So those are worth 100 gold. There's a total of 200 gold pieces worth of jewels in here. And the staff that Irina picked up is a mentalist staff, which has a few illusory mental spells in it. And that's it for the loot. When you guys return out of here, you find your way
Wait,
back.
I want to lay their bodies to rest.
Lay
I
their
was gonna
bodies to
say
rest.
that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice. Go ahead and roll me a religion check.
Does Wiz want to help me?
Yeah, I
Can
can
I
do that.
can I use a hero point to just
Succeed.
to do it?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I'll do
Go
it.
for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a hero point.
I use 3 hero points to assist.
Yeah, it's a super proper burial. You figure they're kind of slimed. They've got that thin color to their skin, as does Dora still, which is actually something you're gonna have to get removed during your downtime because it is a curse. But burning them is a proper burial without having to pull them.
And if I find the son's body, if he has like anything that seems like beyond just normal like clothes and stuff, like anything that seems significant, I will take that. Not for looting, but like with the intention to return
return.
it. Yeah.
Nice. He does have a ring specifically.
I'll take that.
So when you guys get out of here, you're able to navigate away from the hallucinatory mold, which, by the way, is where the walls were going to lead you. He was going to try to split the party, which would have been very bad. But good call. So you bring that ring back along with news to the mother. She was planning on paying you 200 gold because you bring the ring back as well. She pays you 225. And that's it, guys. That's it for the session. Any last questions about the wrap up or anything?
I
Awesome.
don't think so.
Let's
GG.
do loot then. So you guys did really well on your navigating rolls. You got so much loot in here.
Did we miss anything?
No, you actually
Yes.
100%.
I'm a
Yes.
completionist, so I needed to know.
Yep. I didn't think you were going to, but you did. So, your total gold was 50, 100, 200, 400, 650. Or sorry, 625 was the total gold amount that you got from there. And then these are the items you guys have to draft from. Who has priority slot on this? It's Foresight faction, right?
Mhm.
So we have the relic, the fluid memory. We have a wand of teeming ghosts. We have the Golden Legion epaulet. We have the mentalist staff, and we have that's it. Oh, and we have the manacles of persuasion and the
And
plus
the
one.
breastplate. Yeah.
Mhm. So what do you guys want to take?
I'm guessing Wiz will want the relic. I'm
Yeah, to study at least.
sure.
Like, how much is all of this stuff worth? I assume it's worth the most.
So this one's actually only worth 100, really, because you can only donate or sell the plus one rune. But
Oh, because it doesn't
it's
count towards.
but it's a priceless value for the relic. you know?
Gotcha. Okay.
What is it called again?
It's called fluid memory. And so right now, if you miss an attack with it, you can use a reaction to either not take a multiple attack penalty on your next attack, or you gain +2 to your armor class for a round. And then it also lets you use your swim speed as a fly speed, and you can put that bubble of water around you if you want. And it's got the +1 striking, and then it can turn into whatever weapon you want.
Oh,
Now that's what it
man.
has right now. The relics scale with you, so every couple
Okay,
or few
I
levels
guess
it'll get
we
new.
want that, right? We want that.
Yeah, well, and I think it plays really well into Wiz's character and like the desire to actually do all of that stuff. Like he did it for that, so he
That's
would feel
true.
totally justified in not even looking at anything else before he took that.
Yeah. Okay, we'll take the relic.
Okay, so yeah, as of right now, it's a beautiful kind of wavy dagger with blue metal and blue inlaid gems, and you can have it turn into any sort of weapon with that same sort of aesthetic. Okay, Syndicate, what do you guys want?
We're taking the wand.
Okay,
Dorian, you don't get a save.
I was gonna say the most expensive thing.
nice. The wand of teeming ghosts is 250 gold, which is the most expensive thing.
We're in agreement.
What do you guys want? Foresight faction.
What's the next most worth
Next
gold
most
item?
thing is the +1 breastplate for 160 gold pieces.
I think I might want that anyway to possibly wear, or just sell. But I'm good with taking that one.
And runes are removable, so if you don't like the breastplate, you can have your guild remove it and put it to another piece of armor.
Okay, let's take that.
Okay, you guys have the +1 breastplate. Syndicate.
What's left?
We've got the Golden Legion epaulets, which lets you bark out an order, and if your allies follow it, they get bonuses to their rolls. We've got the Mentalist staff, and we have got the Manacles of Persuasion.
In
You know
that
I'm not going to
value
listen.
order?
In the value order, the next most expensive thing is the Mentalist staff.
We'll take the staff.
Perfect.
Okay. Foresight faction.
I don't have a strong feeling between the other two. I'm
How
good
much
with
are-
just take whatever's more valuable.
Yeah, what's more valuable?
The next most valuable is the Golden Legion epaulets.
All right.
Okay,
We'll
yeah,
take that.
those.
And that leaves the Manacles of Persuasion for you, Syndicate.
The
Thanks.
chaotic evil troop.
Yep. All right, and then the gold I will send you guys split out. Basically, we split the gold to make up the difference of whoever got more or less worth. And then if there's an odd number, then the Foresight faction gets the extra odd amount of gold since they had priority on this job. And that's it, guys. So thank you, chat. You guys went absolutely insane in every aspect here.
For real.
We're juiced up with the villain points. I actually think you guys were going to lose if you didn't figure out the body because it was just too much.
Too much
played
too soon.
much with 7 villain points.
I'm glad two of us were the
Um,
thinking pair.
I
Well,
think
two of us were the
9.
hitting pair.
Yes.
9 by the end of it, too. Not
Yeah,
just 7.
that's true. It was a lot of villain points. So thank you guys so much. Now next week we have the next job draft. So the players got an advanced look at what the jobs are going to be next time. They're going to be scouting them this week, and then next week you guys can find out what they are. We'll see what they're going to pick. I think it's going. Is it going to be Dorian or Arena in the next one for you guys? Arena, and then it's going to be Dora. Is that
Mhm.
right?
Oh,
We got
that should be an icy stare down.
yes, Dora, Irina. We have Paya. Yeah, we have Paya, I believe, from the Contract Consortium, and I think we've got Leaf from the Company of Honor. So it should be fun. Thank you guys. I think that's all we got for tonight. So we will see you next week, everybody. Good night.
Thanks, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.